also the founder and managing director of Tatva Technologies Limited, a leading IT and ITS company headquartered in Bhubaneswar, to present the welcome address.
Good morning. Happy Raksha Bandhan to all of you. What a day today. Such a big day. I have sort of words express my feeling honestly. So let me start with Honorable Minister Rosaman sir, Honorable Additional Chief Secretary sir, Mr. Hemant Sharma sir, Honorable respected IT Secretary sir, Mr. Vishal Dev sir, Mulli, the TiE Global Chair, our keynote speaker, the guest of the day, Mr. N. Pasatharati, and Satyavrata, my friends who have come from all the way different chapters to attend this first TiEcon of TiE Bhubaneswar, friends attending, registered, attending from different parts of the state or country, delegates. I'm really so thankful to God that God has given me this day to stand here and tell you that we are celebrating today the largest entrepreneurial summit at Bhubaneswar. It is not something like that business summit. We may call it a celebration of entrepreneurship. It's a different. So this part of the world, let me tell you that people think entrepreneurship is something that the last thing to do. But we are here celebrating and want to send a strong message to the world, and this part of the world, entrepreneurs are different. They are the change makers, they are nation builders. With that objective, we are celebrating today the TiEcon 2025, the celebration of entrepreneurship, and good to see that so many participants, even if Raksha Bandhan that everybody is telling me, can we get people in the morning in Bhubaneswar? So this shows the strength of Bhubaneswar. This shows the strength of TiE Bhubaneswar. And more important thing that, let me tell you that this is unique today because the support I got it from our government to showcase our strength or to execute this program or this kind of thing, amazing kind of things. We are in right track. We are entrepreneurs. We have to think different. We started in time. More important thing is that we have to continue this momentum, this beyond Cuttack, Bhubaneswar, and whole Odisha, this entrepreneurship celebration. We have lot of initiative to be launched today. We don't believe in talk. We want to launch some initiative which is going to help developing entrepreneurial ecosystem of the state and bringing more people to entrepreneurs, make them as entrepreneurs, not as a job seeker. That was the key objective of TiE Bhubaneswar. We have multiple, 4 initiatives we are going to launch today. First is Voice of Entrepreneur. We want to reach out the different corners of Odisha to talk to the entrepreneur, understand what could be done to make the ecosystem much better and document it and give it to the right person or concerned authority so that we can bridge the gap. Second, that we were trying, in next 1 year, we're trying to get 100 change women entrepreneurs beyond Cuttack and Bhubaneswar who are the working in grassroots level, will identify and TiE ecosystem will mentor them, also guide them, try to fund them also. We'll see how they'll grow. The third one is that we want to have one TiE member in each block. We have 314 blocks in Odisha. We don't want to that entrepreneurship only limited to cities like Kata, Bhubaneswar, Rourkela, urban places. It should go to also other places. So this is the thing. And last one is that we want to introduce entrepreneurship in the curriculum of school level. People nowadays thinking that when they are studying doctors, engineers are the career. We want to say to the world and let the people, students who are studying, they should know entrepreneurship also another career. With this kind of commitment initiatives, we are starting with 2 days event. 2 days celebration entrepreneurship. Tomorrow is AI and entrepreneurship. And I once again thank you all of you from the bottom of my heart to make this thing happen and wish you that you will have great 2-day interaction with a lot of entrepreneurs or investors coming different parts of the world, interact with him and enjoy the coming 2 days. Thank you so much. Wish you a great time.
Thank you so much, Shrimanti. Ladies and gentlemen, we are truly honored to have the esteemed presence of Shri Pradeep Bora-Samanto, Honorable Minister, Handloom, Handicraft and Textile, at the TiEcon Bhubaneswar 2025. With a deep commitment to Odisha's cultural heritage and grassroots empowerment, he has been instrumental in revitalizing the state's traditional handloom and handicraft sector, blending legacy with innovation to create sustainable livelihood. Under his leadership, Odisha has seen renewed focus on artisan welfare, design innovation, and market expansion. And as you all know, Odissi Handloom has a brand new ambassador as well, Srimati Madhuri Dikshit Nene. So that's just a recent thing that has happened. And his presence today reflects the state's broader vision of inclusive entrepreneurship, one that spans from rural artisans to tech-led startups. So I'll request him to address this wonderful gathering. ମୁଁ मान्यवर मंत्री महोदय को अनुरोध करी तांकर अभिभाषण रखिबा पई जोरदार करताली सह तांकर स्वागत करिबा।
जय जगन्नाथ। Additional Chief Secretary, Industry, Information and Public Relations Department, Sri Hemant Sharma ji, Principal Secretary, Energy, Electronics and IT Department, Sri Vishal Dev ji, Managing Partner, Mela Ventures and Co-Founder, Mindfree, Sri Partha Saraj ji, President, TiE Global, Sri Murali Bukapatnam ji, President, TiE Bhubaneswar, Sri Askant Mahanti ji, Vice President, TiE Bhubaneswar, Sri Satyabrata Ratho ji, entrepreneurs, innovators, investors, media friends, ladies and gentlemen, namaskar and a very warm welcome to all of you. In my privilege to address this esteemed gathering of distinguished entrepreneurs, innovators, mentors, investors, and change makers of TiEcon Bhubaneswar 2025. As we gather here today to discuss the entrepreneurial strength and vision of Odisha, I want to take this opportunity to highlight why Odisha is emerging as one of India's most exciting entrepreneurial destinations. I would like to tell my friends that we have an investor-friendly environment, all effective and well-articulated industrial policy, transparency in governance, single window clearance system, world-class infrastructure, adequate raw material, skilled human resources, geolocation of the state, and many more. Our diversity is our strength. We have women entrepreneurs not just for major cities but also traditional weavers and artisans who are taking Odisha's rich heritage and handicrafts and handlooms to global platform through e-commerce. From Patachitra paintings to silver filigree work, Odisha's craftsmanship is being reimagined by a new generation entrepreneurs preserving tradition while embracing innovations. In cities like Bhubaneswar and Raurkela, young innovators are developing IoT solutions to help artisan communities expand their market reach. Tribal entrepreneurs are building sustainable business around organic products and ecotourism. This expensive ecosystem converges with our technology-led startups and world-class infrastructure in cities like Bhubaneswar, where such startups are already competing on global stage. Odisha's geographic advantage positions it perfectly as the gateway of Eastern India with excellent connectivity to Southeast Asian markets. Our 574 kilometers coastline offers significant opportunity in the blue economy, from sustainable fisheries to marine biotechnology. All policymakers, our role is to act as facilitators and enablers in your entrepreneurial journey. This is exactly what our efforts are aligned toward. Our policy framework has been redesigned with the entrepreneur at the center. The single window clearance system enables swift digital approvals, while startup policy offers attractive incentives and comprehensive support. We are also developing dedicated startup zones in Bhubaneswar, Cuttack and Raurkela with state-of-the-art plug-and-play infrastructure. Our skill development program are closely aligned with regional entrepreneurial opportunities, from handicraft innovation to emerging technology. Most importantly, we have fostered a mindset shift from viewing entrepreneurs as mere business to recognizing them as job creators and drivers of economic growth. By 2030, we envision Odisha as the startup hub of Eastern India and innovation gateway to Southeast Asia, a global center for sustainable solutions and a beacon of inclusive entrepreneurship. As we move forward, I urge all of you to think beyond enterprise, build ecosystem, collaborate, mentor and invest, leverage Odisha unique advantage and TiE's global network to create innovations that drive real impact. The government of Odisha will remain your strongest partner, refining our policies based on your feedback, investing in infrastructure to support your growth, and creating platforms that enable your access to global market. Over next 2 days, your ideas and contributions will help us channel our collective entrepreneurial spirit and transform it into sustained systematic change. Thank you. Vande Utkal Janani. Jai Hind.
We would like to thank the Honourable Minister for his inspiring address. And we would also like to inform the gathering that because of a prior engagement, Honourable Minister would not be able to continue for the rest of the inaugural event. So we will take this opportunity to felicitate him. I'll request the TiE Global President, Sri Murali Bukapatnam, to do the honours and felicitate our Honourable Minister as a token of appreciation from the TiE family. We would once again like to thank the Honourable Minister for taking out time from his busy schedule to be a part of the inaugural ceremony of TiEcon Bhubaneswar 2025. Thank you so much, sir, for your esteemed presence. Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us today Sri Murali Bukapatnam, TiE Global President, a visionary entrepreneur, investor, and global ecosystem builder. With a career that bridges continents and cultures, he has been instrumental in shaping the future of startup ecosystems through innovation, inclusion, and strategic mentorship. He's also the founder and chairman of Walksy Technologies, a venture development studio that partners with emerging startups to shape business strategy, drive execution, and unlock long-term value. His journey from Silicon Valley to India is a compelling narrative of purpose-driven leadership. And under his leadership, TiE has sharpened its focus on building a globally connected and locally empowered ecosystem, scaling mentorship, expanding cross-border investor network, and elevating thought leadership across continents. So I'll take this opportunity to request him for his address. Let's welcome him with a round of applause.
I didn't get your name. Good morning, everyone. Diksha, thank you for lovely introduction. AK, I know you are seeing of the minister, but thank you very much for having me and my colleagues on today, the first TiEcon for Bhubaneswar. Satya, thank you very much for hosting us. Additional Secretary Sab, it's with your help, and I think TiE Bhubaneswar has been able to put up this fantastic show. I'm very glad of your support, Secretary Sab. And Partha, so pleasure to have met one of the greatest entrepreneurs and the son of the soils. Very indeed privilege for me to shook hands with you early this morning. Pleasure to have met you. And my friends on the BOT, Madan, Sheenu, thank you for joining us. My fellow leaders of TiE, Ranjana, Anshuman, Kashyap, Kalyan, the president of TiE Vizag, all of you, right? It is so wonderful that you could take your time off. And my friends who are gathered here, this is what TiE is about. We spend our time, our resources to be midst of you guys, so that we want to show our presence to give you the strength that entrepreneurship is not a lonely journey where it can be, where it need not be. And that is why we all show up every time a fellow entrepreneur says that we need your help, we need your presence. Drishtir gnanam cha vignanam mantra sekti parakrama sadbir yukta pranistya ka karna vijayenahi. When vision, knowledge, wisdom, strategy, strength unite, who can fail? Success becomes inevitable. For what is entrepreneurship if not the art of uniting these six forces? Vision that sees the unseen, knowledge that understands the known, wisdom that chooses the right path, strategy that navigates the twists, strength to endure the storms, and courage, the parakrama, to leap when the others hesitate. And here in Bhubaneswar, I see all the six gathered in this very room. We meet today in a city where the stones of the Lingaraj temple have stood for centuries, and where just a few kilometers away, a code is being written that will shape the next century. Odisha has always been a place of transformation, from Kalinga's battlefield to Ashoka's vow of peace, from ancient trade routes to the digital highways we build today. And today, the TiEcon Bhubaneswar is your battlefield, not of swords, but of ideas, not for conquest, but for creation. So, if that is the case, then why do we become entrepreneurs? It is not because the path is smooth. It rarely is. It is because our minds are restless. We cannot look at a problem and walk away. And I think many of my fellow entrepreneurs can vouch for that. We cannot hear, it cannot be done, and nod politely. And today's TiEcon Bhubaneswar is a testament that for that particular statement, it cannot be done. And AK is here showing to the world that it can be done. That restlessness is our fuel. It keeps up at night and gets us out of bed in the morning. It turns frustrations into invention and setbacks into comebacks. I'm pretty sure Madan and Shinu will talk about it much later. In the Ramayana, there is a moment where Hanuman stands before the adversaries and says, I am the Hanuman, the son of wind. I am here in the service of Lord Rama, who knows how to attain his goals effortlessly. And I am at the end of all who stands in the way. That is not arrogance, my friends. That is clarity. And it is no hesitation. It is no confusion. Just a deep knowing of who he was, why he was there, and what that he had to do. The reason I tell you all this is because that is what we as entrepreneurs need. When you walk into a meeting, when you pitch your idea, when you pitch your vision, when you pitch yourself or rally your team, know your purpose as clearly as Hanuman knew his, because clarity is contagious. It requires your team. It convinces investors and it silences the doubt. India is no longer asking for a seat at the table. We are building the table. We went to Mars on a budget much smaller than a Hollywood movie. We made the digital payments faster than many nations could process a card swipe. No, this is not a dig at a Mastercard or a Visa. And Odisha, your time is now. Why can't the next unicorn come from Bhubaneswar? I don't know why you all are here. I don't know why you chose this particular moment to be in this particular room. But I can tell you with one certainty that you are in the right room or you are in the right place. Why can't we lead in the climate tech? As the Honorable Minister was talking about the blue ocean technology, the sustainable methods, why can't Odisha take the lead in the blue ocean technologies or the sustainable missions? Can we become the leaders in the sustainable agriculture? If Kerala, my friend Jacob is here, can take the lead in literacy, if Bangalore can take lead in the IT, my Hyderabad friends may kill me once I leave there, once I go back, but Madan, that is for you. But why not Odisha lead in the innovation? Here I come for TiE, and TiE that exists only with one mission. I see my global ED walking into the room, Vijay. So you know that why we exist. To create the largest pool of entrepreneurs the world has ever seen. My friends, today we are in 16 countries with 67 chapters with more than 250,000 fellow entrepreneurial community with 16,000 people who have created $1 trillion of wealth. We have invested $50 billion of investment into startups. We have more than 30,000 investors and mentors. That is the network you are part of. That is the family you belong to. So when you walk away from this two-day summit, you go with a pride and a proud moment that you now belong to a family which will carry you shoulder to shoulder, not when you need, but even the times when you don't need us. We'll make sure that from the first pitching session to the time you get that first check, from the moment you go and ideate to the moment you ring the bell in NASDAQ, we will be there. We will not just going to mentor you, but we will walk with you. We are going to be there with each and every step of yours. So TiEcon Bhubaneswar is not just an event, it is a launch pad. Make use of it for ideas, for partnerships, for futures. This world, as you know, thanks to someone in the White House, is facing a lot of challenges. Whether it is a climate change, whether it is healthcare, whether it is food security, or not to mention the tariffs. But solutions can come from anywhere, and believe many even come from this particular room. If you are a founder, aim not just for the local success, but for a global relevance. If you are an investor, look not just for safe bets, but for hidden gems right in this room. Take bets on them. Because history remembers those who did not wait for the future, but who built it. There is a Sanskrit saying, which I love very much. Udyamena hi siddhyanti karyani na manorati. Works are accomplished and through effort, not by mere wishes. So my dear fellow entrepreneurs, don't wish, go make it happen. Let us make Odisha a byword for innovation. Let us make a Bhubaneswar a city where the world comes, not just to see the past, but to witness the future. Your movement is here. Your mission is clear. Build boldly, lead fearlessly, and let the world remember that from Kalinga to the globe, Odisha led the way. All the best, my fellow entrepreneurs. Thank you, AK, once again.
Don't wish, let's make it happen. Thank you, Mulliji, for your very positive and inspiring address. Ladies and gentlemen, we are privileged to have with us Shri Parthasati NS, a veteran technology leader, entrepreneur and investor with over 40 years of experience in the global IT landscape. As a co-founder, CEO and executive vice chairperson of Mindtree, he was instrumental in growing the company from a VC-backed startup in 1999 to a billion-dollar enterprise by 2019. One of his most notable achievement is the establishment of Mindtree's world-class learning center in Bhubaneswar, founded on the principles of curiosity, courage, and responsibility, and now regarded as a benchmark in the talent development across the country. A prolific angel investor and mentor, he supports early-age startups in areas such as technology strategy, culture building, and enterprise growth. It'll be an honor to now request him for the keynote address. Let's welcome him with a big round of applause.
A very good morning. It's such a pleasure to be back here in Bhubaneswar again. And it's very difficult to speak after this gentleman who spoke before me with a thunderous appeal to all of you to take TiE Bhubaneswar to the global world. You know, when AK invited me, asked me to come over here, I was wondering, what should I title my topic? So I thought about it a lot and then finally came up with this, from founder to funder. So I was a founder of a company, now I fund companies. I wanted to share with you the journeys that I've gone through and give you some advice as well. It is an absolute privilege for me to stand here, not just as a venture capitalist, but as someone who has been through the ups and downs of being a founder or an entrepreneur. Almost 25 years back, when a bunch of us felt we should start a company, it was, as expected, with very mixed feelings. Extremely nervous, but super excited, slightly overwhelmed, but filled with this stubborn belief that we could change the world. And that was how Mindtree was born. I see a lot of similarities between that time and what we are going through now in the world. When we set out to build that company, when the world was just coming out of Y2K, and something new called internet was coming up, was making its debut, comparable to what the world is witnessing with trepidation today. when very recent new technologies are becoming obsolete and a new shining technology is rearing its head. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it AI, you can call it a ChatGPT, you can call it LLM, it doesn't matter. But going back to when we started, we made every mistake possible. We made some wrong hires, we made some bad management decisions, we messed up some of the early projects, but we survived. Not because we were perfect, but because we adapted faster than the problems that tried to crush us. We not only survived, but survived 3 near-death experiences, but thrived and built a memorable billion-dollar company, and more importantly, enjoyed the journey. That journey led me to here, not to just invest in companies, but invest in people who can shape the future. Mark Anderson famously made the statement, in a startup, absolutely nothing happens unless you make it happen. When I made the reluctant leap from a founder and entrepreneur to an investor, I thought my main job was to spot great ideas. I was completely wrong, and I was wrong by a mile. The truth is, great ideas are everywhere. What's rare is the founder who can live in the future and work in the present. As a founder, just a vision alone is not enough. You need the grit to make that vision survive the first contact with reality. And that reality, as Murli said, is changing faster than ever. Now, there are a couple of things I've learned in this journey. So let me share that with you. First is, your market is your ultimate teacher. Your initial business plan will almost be certainly wrong in many, many aspects. The market tells you the truth faster than your spreadsheets. Pivoting is not a failure, but it is listening to customers. That is the first. Second, cash flow is oxygen. Revenue is vanity, profit is sanity, but cash is reality. You can survive without profits for a while, but you cannot survive even a week without cash. And don't forget, never to confuse investor money for customer money. That's the second. Third, the team that you start with may not be the team you end with. Early hires are often chosen because of proximity. You have worked with them before, they're very flexible. But the later hires need to have understood scale and have the experience. But replacing early team members is very, very painful, but sometimes necessary for growth. Culture is not what you write on PowerPoint slides or in your intranet presentation, but it's what you live by. Fourth, resilience is a skill. It's not a personality trait. You don't have resilience. You practice it one decision at a time. That's how you build resilience. Founders are very, very lonely at the top, and I know TiE is there to help you all the way, but still it's a lonely journey. So it's extremely important to build a support system, and that's exactly what TiE does. Many times we look at overnight successes, and you admire them, but you don't realize it has taken them 7 to 10 years to build that success. The market doesn't care about your product. It cares about the problem that you're trying to solve. As founders, one of the other important things we realized is speed beats perfection. You should be embarrassed by your first product. It should be so unfinished. Because if you take a lot of time to make a finished product, then it's too late. Right? The reason why early stages people say fail fast and don't aim for perfection, because that perfection is your view of perfection. The customer's use of perfection may be very, very different. The last but not the least is that the founder's role evolves. In the beginning, you are the chief builder. Later, you become the chief recruiter of talent, of capital, and of belief. Entrepreneurship, especially in our country, is over-romanticized and often painted as a very glamorous adventure of late-night brainstormings, billion-dollar valuations, TED Talks, magazine covers. let's also realize not everybody is cut out for this, and that's perfectly okay. The reality is it's 5% inspiration, 90% relentless execution, and 5% luck. It is about worrying how do you make your next salary payments. It's hearing no from 50 investors before the 51st investor says, maybe I'll look at you. It's getting rejected by customer after customer. It's waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning and wondering, did you make the right call about sacking somebody? So as founders, if you are here for what I call the Instagram version, remember you will burn out. If you are here because there is a problem that you cannot stop thinking about, then welcome, you are in the right place. The next decade will not be defined by a single technology, and we read that in newspapers every single day. But it will be a convergence of multiple technologies that come together. For example, AI plus biotech can completely change the way we live, the way we heal, and the way we age. Climate tech plus policy innovation, that combination can create new markets that didn't exist yesterday. Space tech and global connectivity can open possibilities that sound like science fiction today. So when we look at opportunities, have a much larger scope in mind as you identify opportunities. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Your product may not survive this wave of change, but your ability to adapt will survive. From my vantage point as a VC, I can tell you the founders who will thrive in the next 10 years will, one, anticipate change before customers demand it. Second, build teams that can outlearn competitors. Third, balance bold bets that Murli you talked about with disciplined execution. With the rise of artificial intelligence, I know this is a topic for tomorrow, but I thought I have an opportunity today to share my view on this, and especially large language models will completely redefine what it means to start and scale a company. As future founders, remember AI won't just be a tool. It will be, number one, an accelerator for collapsing months of research, coding, design into days. Second, it will be a strategist. It will surface insights from oceans of data that human beings will take years to process. Third, it will be a translator, bridging languages, cultures, and even technical gaps almost instantly. And the most important, the fourth, it can be a co-founder. An agentic AI can be one of your co-founders who acts as a check and balance to your other founders. This means that the barrier to start a company will fall dramatically, but so will the moats around average ideas. AI will make it easier to launch, but it will also make it easier for somebody else to copy you. So the real edge for founders will not be the tech, but it will be those who have the unique insight, brand trust, and the execution discipline which AI cannot replicate. And that is why adaptability, the human skills of visioning, storytelling, leadership will matter more than ever. Because the future may be powered by algorithms, but it will still be built by people. As a VC, I have realized that capital is the cheapest thing that I bring to the table. The real value is giving them perspective, the ability to help founders see the corners. I just don't invest in businesses, I invest in time machines. People who are already living in 2030 and beyond, where the rest of us are stuck in 2025. So for all of you in the room, the future is not something we enter, it's something we build. We don't have to predict it perfectly. You just have to be relentless in moving it forward, adjusting as you go. So build bravely, the future is waiting. Thank you and Godspeed.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable insights and address. And I'm sure there's a lot of takeaway for all of you from that wonderful address that we just heard. Ladies and gentlemen, we are privileged to have with us Shri Vishal Kumar Dev, Principal Secretary to Government Electronics and Information Technology and Energy Departments, 1996 batch IAS officer who's also an alumnus of IIT and IIM. He has contributed significantly to Odisha's emergence as a digitally empowered investment-friendly state. Widely recognized for his strategic vision, he has been instrumental in transforming Bhubaneswar into a thriving IT hub promoting innovation across the state. He was also instrumental in redefining Odisha's image globally through path-breaking tourism campaigns and elevating the state as the sports capital of India as the tourism and sports secretary. Currently, as the Electronics and IT and Energy Secretary, he is taking forward the government's vision of digital transformation and e-governance in Odisha, while also driving Odisha's transition towards a sustainable, reliable, and future-ready power sector. I would now request him for his address. With a huge round of applause from all of you, let's welcome him.
A very good morning to everyone and a very warm welcome to Bhubaneswar, a city we love. It's known as the city of temples. It's a brilliant fusion of ancient history and modernism, and a city which happens to be the second planned city in the country. I'm privileged to be sharing the dais with Mr. Hemant Sharma, our additional Chief Secretary, one of our finest officers who we all idolize because of his dynamism and his vision and his ability to take Odisha's industrial development forward. Pleasure to be with my dear friend Partha Sarthi, co-founder of Mindtree, Ayeshkant Mahanti for having taken the initiative of organizing TiEcon Bhubaneswar finally, Mr. Murali, Chairman TiE Global, who gave a very electrifying and inspiring speech, and of course Sanu Ratha, our local, very successful entrepreneur. Pleasure to see that we have representatives from various TiE chapters in the country, Madan from Bangalore, my classmate from IIT, and a very active TiE member, Sudhanshu Srivastava is here, Ranjana and a team, and ladies and gentlemen. I had the good fortune of attending TiE Global in Santa Clara a few times, and also the privilege of briefly speaking at the plenary session once. I attended the TiE Global Summit in Bangalore last year, and it was then that we started talking about organizing a TiEcon Bhubaneswar here, and thanks to Ayeshkant and his team that it has become a reality. It's not easy to organize an event like this, ladies and gentlemen, you all know that. And my compliments to the TiE team at Bhubaneswar for taking this challenge, and we're all here. Murali spoke about Odisha and the fact that it is now Odisha's time. It's a sentiment which Honorable Prime Minister also echoed during our Utkarsh Odisha, our flagship investment summit, very ably organized by Mr. Hemant Sharma. The Honorable Prime Minister had said, for Odisha, yahi samay hai, sahi samay hai. Meaning, I don't have to explain the meaning. So just to tell everyone, because I believe there are people who have come from outside Odisha and outside India as well. So just to give a brief background, Odisha till about 25 years back was, considered a poor and a backward state. But if you look at where we are today, we're not just known for industrial and economic development, there's a lot more that has happened. And I'll just share a few figures with you. About a few months back, sometime in March, April, the NITI Aayog came out with its fiscal health index, and Odisha was ranked #1 state in the country on the fiscal health index. We have been known for our financial prudence and managing our finances, and not many states can boast of it. We started off the current financial year with a revenue surplus of more than 32,000 crores, which is about $4 billion. I don't think there's any state in the country which can boast of this kind of a revenue surplus. And when you talk of the industrial development journey of a state, it's not just about economic growth, about getting more industries. It's also about how that growth percolates down, to the lower levels to improve the quality of life of people at the grassroots. When it comes to poverty reduction, Odisha is again the #1 state in the country. We are of course known as a leader in disaster management, and there's a lot more that I can talk about. So if you talk about industrial growth, economic growth, it also has to go hand in hand with social development, with health and infrastructure development. We were even lower than the Bimaru states once upon a time. Today, Odisha stands out when it comes to achievements in the health and social development sector. Our infant mortality rate and maternal mortality rates have seen the highest drop among all the states in the country. Our institutional growths stand at a record 93%, the fourth in the country. And if you look at rural development, be it rural roads, agriculture, empowerment, farmers' incomes, we again figure in the top 3 states in the country. And now with the double engine Sarkar being there, and the visionary and dynamic leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, Odisha is set to grow by leaps and bounds. So we are in for very, very exciting and adventurous times, and times which I think with members of TiE taking the lead, see very fruitful and meaningful outcomes when it comes to economic growth, development, and entrepreneurship. It's inspiring to see such a vibrant convergence of entrepreneurs and corporate leaders, especially at a time when emerging technologies like AI, fintech, and health tech are becoming the engines of economic transformation. These sectors are driving the next chapter of growth, a journey that the government of Odisha is committed to leading through progressive policy interventions such as the recently notified Odisha AI policy and the forthcoming fintech GCC policies. Our policies are anchored in a clear ambition to seamlessly integrate technology into governance, industry, and everyday lives of our citizens. The goal is to enable smarter public services, resilient infrastructure, and inclusive economic opportunities. For entrepreneurs, this translates into a pipeline of real-world challenges that demand innovative, scalable, and tech-driven solutions. To fuel this innovation, we have adopted a people-first approach. For instance, by 2029, Odisha aims to skill 8,000 individuals annually in AI, building a robust talent pool that is ready to contribute across startups, research institutes, manufacturing facilities, and beyond. World-class infrastructure is another priority. We are laying the foundation of Odisha's active participation in India's semiconductor mission by promoting establishment of electronics manufacturing clusters, enabling chip design through strategic collaborations with leading global semiconductor firms. We are implementing a hub-and-spoke digital infrastructure model, including data centers, high-capacity fiber networks, cloud infrastructure, and undersea data cable from Singapore, a cable landing station at Puri, to establish a resilient digital backbone. This will enable startups to access low latency, high-speed connectivity without incurring heavy upfront costs. Sustainability is another key element embedded into our growth strategy. 2036 is going to be a very important year for us because Odisha as a state will complete 100 years of its existence as a state. And under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, we have come out with a Odisha Vision 2036, and which will align with India's Viksit Bharat Vision for 2047. So we have planned that by 2036, at least 50% of the energy powering Odisha's technology infrastructure will come from renewable sources, ensuring that every product and service developed here carries strong green credentials. We aim to position Odisha among India's top 5 startup ecosystems and ensure that at least 50% of the startups are women-led, a vision of inclusive entrepreneurship that aligns with our broader development goals. For established enterprises, Odisha offers fertile ground for tech-enabled transformation Opportunities abound in smart ports, clean energy mining, precision agriculture, and predictive healthcare. I'd like to inform here that 35% of India's steel and about 60% of India's aluminium comes out of Odisha. So that gives a huge opportunity for entrepreneurs in ancillary and downstream industries, which my colleague Hemant is going to talk about shortly. Our policies actively encourage public-private co-development through regulatory sandboxes, open data sets, and performance-linked incentives. Odisha will soon introduce robust guidelines on data governance, fairness, and algorithmic transparency to ensure every tech and AI-led solution developed here respects citizens' rights while complying with global standards. Finally, a call to action. To all the innovators, investors, mentors, and ecosystem builders, we invite you to co-create this journey with us. Bring your prototypes, your capital, and your mentorship programs to Odisha. Let us translate policy into progress and make our state a proving ground for inclusive, responsible, and global competitive innovation. Thank you all very much. It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you so much, Sridev, for your very informative address. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to have Amit Sas, Shri Hemant Sharma, Additional Chief Secretary, Industries and INPR, Government of Odisha, a 1995 batch IAS officer. Shri Sharma, with a distinguished career spanning nearly 3 decades, has played a pivotal role in driving Odisha's industrial transformation. His efforts have significantly contributed to creating a robust industrial ecosystem in Odisha, fostering job creation and sustainable economic growth. Under his leadership, Odisha has emerged as a top investment destination with substantial improvement in ease of doing business and industrial infrastructure. He's also been instrumental in organizing Make in Odisha conclaves that have attracted major domestic and foreign investment to the state. So I'll now request him to address this wonderful gathering.
On behalf of Industries Department, Government of Odisha, first of all, I extend a very warm welcome to all the delegates to TiEcon Bhubaneswar 2025. For some of you who have come for the first time, and for those of you who come and join such meetings on various occasions, there is always something new about Bhubaneswar, is what Partha was mentioning to me just a while ago. My fellow speakers on the dais, Ashkant Mohanty, the young and dynamic entrepreneur who has actually made this TiEcon happen, when he met me a couple of weeks ago that he would want to start this TiEcon Bhubaneswar, I was a little worried because TiEcon is a global brand. It is something which every city, every state aspires to have. But can we do it in such a short period of time? But thanks to him and his leadership, it actually materialized. Our very own Parthasarthi, who actually, in a very short but very meaningful speech, he brought before all of us what is the essence of entrepreneurship. What is it that we should do if we want to become a billionaire? What is it that we should not do if we want to become a bhikari? So that's what he mentioned. And really, from being a founder to a funder, actually the transition from being a founder to a funder enables more founders. That's what Partha brought out before each one of us. I'm really intrigued by Murliji, the global president of TiE. I think I'm sure that he's certainly a successful entrepreneur, but he can also be a successful preacher. So I think there is some additional entrepreneurship in him. I was wondering, which institute did he attend? Is it IIT Kharagpur or IIT Kanpur? Or was it some Sanskrit university somewhere? And what is it that is taught? Or is it something about entrepreneurship that he knows more about Sanskrit He knows more about Hanumanji than each one of us. Hats off to you, Murliji. And my very able colleague Vishal, both of us have been together in this journey. Both of us have worked together in doing our bit for making industrial development in Odisha where it is today. So I was supposed to make a speech, but when I saw that many speeches have been made, so I thought that let me try and make a presentation before each one of you in order to give you a flavor of what is it that is happening in Odisha. See, I'm not speaking about entrepreneurship. I will not be speaking about how to or how not to become an entrepreneur, which obviously I cannot do. I'm not qualified to do so. But I would present before each one of you what kind of entrepreneurial opportunities exist in the Odisha of 2025. What is it that has happened in Odisha in the recent past, and what is it that can happen in Odisha in the next 2 decades, where I'm sure that if some of you get good ideas, if some of you get some ideation about doing innovative things, about participating in the growth story of Odisha, where some of you could certainly participate and become young, budding entrepreneurs and could do good trade, commerce, and business. So I'll start with a quote of our Honorable Prime Minister, which he made last year in July about Odisha. He said that Odisha will be the growth engine of the development journey of the country in the next 25 years. So mark his words. You know, he's the Prime Minister of our country. When he speaks with vision. What are the operating words here? He says a growth engine, right? He has used the word growth engine. An engine is something which actually drives a train. It drives movement, right? And the second operating word, very interestingly, he is talking of the next 25 years. He is not talking of the past 25 years. He is talking of the next 25 years. That is exactly what I am going to present here before you today. How and in what manner is Odisha becoming the growth engine for the next 25 years, where the future for each one of you could be. We have entered a new era of progress under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister Shri Mohan Charan Maji, who has been tasked by our Prime Minister to translate this vision of our Prime Minister into actual reality. And how are we doing this? We are doing this by synchronous implementation of the state and central policies, the two political systems, the two policies coming together, and a whole of government approach. A whole of government approach here would mean that what I do in my department is assisted by Vishal in energy department. What Vishal does in electronics department is assisted by the startup in MSME department. And what each one of us does in our departments are synchronized with each other and with Government of India to lead to what our Honorable Prime Minister calls the growth engine. Now we will talk about Odisha's strategic advantages. It is important for entrepreneurs to first understand, if you are working in a geography, what are its strategic advantages? Is there something related to do with the state which can open opportunities? So I'll here very briefly talk about how a state's geography and political system drives economy. It's very important to understand for entrepreneurs, you know, at a higher level, we need to understand the geography of a place. It is the geography of Bangalore, the geography of Goa, the geography of Singapore, the geography of South Africa, and, you know, in some measure even the geography of White House, which determines what people there do or do not do. It is generally, you know, it is true for Odisha, it is true for Singapore, it is true for Bihar, it is true for Madhya Pradesh, every state. If geography, it is geography and political system, administration, governance, which actually run the wheel of the economy. Economy runs when these two driving forces come together in synchronous, right? Therefore, it is important that a political system should drive the geographical advantage to give an economic advantage. Very clearly understood. Now, when union polity support, when central government support comes together, two things happen. A, the economy grows in size and it also starts moving faster. That is what a growth engine is. You know, when I mentioned to you that there is a growth engine, when the Prime Minister said growth engine, right? And when he mentioned Odisha will be the growth engine for the next 25 years, this is exactly what he meant. He meant that if the two governments come together, then the geographical advantage which Odisha has can actually be driven faster to a broader, stronger, larger economic growth. And that is exactly what our government is trying to do. So growing economy at double speed is what the entire strategy, our entire strategy, which creates entrepreneurial opportunities in Odisha. You know, but when we speak of geographical advantage, geography, where exactly does this geographical advantage come from? What is Odisha? What is specific about Odisha's geography which actually can give it some economic growth? So there are many things, but for this gathering, the most important point to understand is that Odisha is a mineral-rich coastal state, right? So there are states in India which are rich in minerals, but not coastal. Jharkhand, for instance, or Chhattisgarh, right? Similarly, there are states in India which are coastal, but not rich in mineral. Andhra Pradesh, for instance, or even Tamil Nadu. We are twice blessed. So we are a mineral-rich coastal state. That is exactly our geographical advantage. So we need to really press and work on these two advantages in order to give us economic results. Now, very secondly, this map basically, look at it very carefully. It actually shows our geographical advantage in one of its dimensions, which is that we are a coastal state, which means that we have possibilities of port-led growth. We can develop ports. Ports would mean international trade and commerce, which can bring and open up new and new opportunities. But it needs to happen. We can have a 480 kilometers coastline with no ports. Gujarat has 300 kilometers coastline with 60 ports. Maharashtra has about 400 kilometers coastline for 70 ports. Odisha can have more and more ports which can actually lead to more trade and commerce, and our advantage comes from the fact that we are on the eastern seaboard of India, on the Bay of Bengal. We are closer to much faster developing, growing economies in the Southeast Asia, East Asia, Far East, and because of this advantage, we can actually grow faster, and we have plans. Government is putting into ground realities the plans for what is called port-led industrial growth. We are a mineral-rich state. This mineral richness is known just for the sake of clarity and for reiterating this point. We have 25% of India's coal, 33% of India's iron ore, almost 56% of India's bauxite, almost the entire chromite, mica, very high grades of silica, quartz, and very large resources of rare earths, very important rare earths, which can actually give us the next wave of growth, and I'll come to that point a little later. First point. Second point is that these minerals are spread across the geography of Odisha. Unlike, many places even in India and in some places in the world, where minerals are there, but they are all concentrated in a very small geography, it becomes difficult to extract, and it is not really environmentally sustainable. Fortunately, we have these minerals spread out through our state, and therefore it is possible for us to extract more environment sustainability. We have used this advantage to not only be the leaders in the mining industry, but also in the metallurgical industry. It has happened because of a policy push, what is called value addition policy. So we were number one in iron ore, we are number one in steel, stainless steel, we were number one in bauxite, we are number one in aluminium, and very large producers of coal-based thermal power, cement plants, and many other industries which basically add value to our minerals. you could, how this value addition is advantageous to the state. Just give you a very short example. Iron ore is about 5,000 rupees per ton. Iron is about 50,000 rupees ton. Steel is about 1 lakh rupees per ton. Stainless steel is about 4 lakh rupees per ton. Bauxite is about 1,000 rupees per ton. Alumina is about 30,000 rupees per ton. And aluminium is about 5 lakh rupees per ton. This is called value addition. What Vishal was speaking about, Odisha being revenue surplus. Odisha is revenue surplus because of this. Because we have attracted value addition industries, therefore we get more taxes, we get more GST, we get more jobs, and we get more economic prosperity. So if you again see our map of Odisha, you'll find that since our minerals are spread, we have also got the metallurgical industry throughout our map. But what can you do? What kind of new entrepreneurship opportunities are there in this leading segment? So if you look at the mining value chain from ore to ship, there is a huge value addition. There is huge infusion of technology which is taking place. There is a huge transition, energy transition economy which is happening. Imagine if 1 million trucks in Keonjhar and Sundargarh, Angul and Dhenkanal in the next 10 years convert to electric mobility, or if they convert to hydrogen. Imagine what kind of business opportunities will be there. Imagine if circular economy related regulations come up, or CBAM regulations in Europe come up, there will be more green metallurgy, there will be more need of technology. Imagine the kind of technical solutions, information and technology solutions which are required at port, at mine, at this metallurgical industries. There is a huge list of industries. You could see on the bottom, these are industries which are all homegrown. They have actually taken advantages of doing something which is required for this increasing mining and metallurgical industries. They don't make steel. Companies like Daniel Lee or Magna or Caldris or Taxman, they don't make steel. They don't make aluminium. They don't mine iron ore or bauxite. They are not into trucking business. They give technological solutions to companies who are doing this. And while at one end of the spectrum there are large companies, there is a huge number of, and there are large number of entrepreneurs from Bolangir, from Angul, from Talcher, from Jharsuguda, from Rourkela, who have actually started providing small little solutions to these companies. Just give you one example. A gentleman from Bolangir started looking at the conveyor belt of JSPL steel plant in Angul and noticed that if something could be done in the what is called a lubricant support for the conveyor belt movement, maybe the conveyors could run with more efficiency. He did some, a bit of engineering and found that actually rice bran mixed with an additive can actually deliver the small micro granules which can run the conveyor belt faster. This research was not done in Germany or London. It was done in Bolangir. And that entrepreneur today is very successfully supplying to JSPL, to Tata Steel, to Nippon Steel, imagine Nippon Steel. So there are many such cases. So today we don't have the time to go into this, but maybe at some other stage. Our industrial growth journey basically has taken this route. So we started with mining and mineral processing. We then went to metallurgy and allied sectors. We are now very big in chemicals and petrochemicals. We are a leading state. In food processing, again, we have emerged as the regional leader. In textiles, technical textiles, and apparel, we are the emerging hub. For some of you who might feel that it is all about iron, bauxite, steel, stainless steel, no. In fact, we have systematically moved up this value chain. Our industrial growth journey is this. This is what we are doing. This is what is going to happen. And for each one of these categories, there are immense opportunities, not for 100 crores investment or 2,000 crores investment, but for 10 crores, 20 crores, 50 crores. And I can spend the whole day just by giving examples at each of these, but obviously this is not the occasion, but I can tell you for sure that this is actually happening. And there are possibilities in three measures. A, raw material driven growth. demand-driven growth and technology-driven growth. So if you look at the bottom end, it has been raw material-driven growth. Because we had the iron ore, so steel plants came. Now the next wave is demand-driven. Because we have a growing economy, therefore food processing industries have come. And the next wave, which is actually will take us to the 2035, 2036, is technology-driven. All these industrial clusters actually want more and more technology infusion. So as I mentioned, chemicals, petrochemicals, and plastics is a big segment. We have the raw material support, we have technology support, we have brought in institutions, and we also have the infrastructure. And actually, if you see at the bottom, there are good companies who have started taking advantage. So also in textiles, technical textiles and apparel sector, where almost every known Indian apparel or textile maker is now interested in Odisha because of the way we have put up our policies and infrastructure. Similar thing in renewable energy and equipment. There the drivers are our good policy and a good demand for this equipment and also technology infusion in energy transition and decarbonization. I'll come to this topic a little later and I would elaborate it for your benefit. There are other sectors like tourism, food processing, pharma, biotechnology, ASDM, IT and ITS. There are good emerging opportunities in each one of them, and entrepreneurs like you are already taking advantage of our opportunities. This is one thing which I would spend about 2-3 minutes. This is the next wave. The next wave of growth in Odisha or in Jharkhand, in Maharashtra or in Karnataka is actually happening in what is called new age sectors. For us, the new age sectors are green energy and equipment because of the energy transition. Now, why is it that Wari is setting up a plant in Odisha? Or why is Inox Solar setting up a plant in Odisha? Why is that Satvik Solar, Sova Solar, many others are actually now setting up their solar equipment or solar energy plants in Odisha? The reason is that when energy transition triggers, right, it will trigger not only in LED bulbs or BLC fans, right, which is what we see. It will actually happen in a blast furnace for Odisha. It will happen in a steel melt shop. It will happen in an aluminum smelter. It will happen in a cement plant, boiler. And when that happens, then the opportunity is huge. That is why, because imagine a company like Hindalco, which is putting up a 360 KTPA smelter costing 10,000 crores for aluminum, but not with coal-fired captive power plant, but with a 2,000 megawatt floating solar plant at Hirakud. That is why a company like ArcelorMittal Steel, which is setting up a 12 million ton steel plant at Paradeep, is not setting up a coal-based power plant, but is setting up simultaneously a pumped storage hydro project or a battery energy storage system for possibilities of green steel tomorrow. So, my point of elaborating this is for people like you, for new entrants to business. You need not set up a steel plant or you need not set up a sponge iron plant. You only need to look at this energy transition which is happening in this existing large industry. That is huge business opportunity with low entry barrier, no existing competition, technology-driven entrepreneurial ecosystem. And that is exactly, I'll give you one very good example. A gentleman called Shubham Gupta met me about a year ago in one of such meetings at Delhi. He met me and he's from Kanpur. You must have heard of Dr. Phenyl. Dr. Phenyl. His father manufactures Dr. Phenyl. So I thought that probably he gave me his card, uske piche likha hua tha Dr. Phenyl. I thought that obviously, he wants to do something. No, I don't want to do any Dr. Phenyl. That is my father's business. I have heard that there are large steel plants in Kalingnagar, coke oven batteries, and they have produced something called char. I want to derive chemicals out of that char. I have gone to many places and I can make this happen, and I have tied up with one company also for this technology. and I want to set up this plant in Kalinganagar, Odisha. A gentleman from Kanpur, whose family was making Dr. Phenyl, has come to Kalinganagar. You can actually go to Kalinganagar, check up on this. This is called VCI Chemicals. An investment of just 35 crores. He's like a scavenging industry, gets all the char, which is a waste product for steel coke oven batteries, derives chemicals out of it, and does what thereafter? Sells it to Hindalco, sells it to Nalco, sells it to Vedanta in Odisha. Entrepreneurship. That is what is entrepreneurship. He has not come here for our bauxite or our iron ore, right? He just discovered this. I asked him in one of the meetings that how did you figure it out? He said that, since I am in the chemicals business, I just keep browsing the net, and I came across this thing that Emirates Global Aluminium had a meeting with Shri Hemant Sharma trying to find out how Odisha is bringing aluminium industry related chemicals to India. And this was like COVID times. And then I thought that if Emirates Global Aluminium does not know where these chemicals are coming from, there is a business opportunity here. So, one thing led to another, and this is where it is up. This is called entrepreneurship. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not about IIT Kharagpur, or it is not about IIM Bangalore, right? It is about sensing an opportunity. All that I am doing here, standing here on this podium, is not to tell about what I have done or what Vishal has done. I am here to tell you about what Shubham Gupta from Kanpur did, or what Virat Jain from Bolangiri did in our own state. Because of what everything else is happening, this is what TiEcon needs to do for each one of us when he was mentioning about the... So we have, I could have gone on and on and on. There are hundreds of examples of entrepreneurship. I will show each one of them in a photograph towards the end, so to close it. But suffice it to say that we have put up good policies, good infrastructure, good governance mechanism to deliver all these things to you. We have the best industrial policy, the set of industry policies which we have. I, on record, officially claim here that these are the best, and you can actually take advantage of each one of them. We have industry-ready infrastructure. Just to, so that you just remember it for future, we have what is called the coastal corridor, the National Highway 16, where we have good industrial parks. On the western side, we have the Western Highway, and interconnecting them, we have the east-west corridor. All our industrial parks, industrial development is happening across these three corridors. And it is not happening on its own. It is because we are planning and doing it like that. Ports are located along our coast. We have good industrial land available along all these industrial corridors, and these are sectoral. So we have an IT park, we also have a food park, we have a engineering cluster, we have a pharma cluster. All this is being organized in order to make your life as easy as possible, but it certainly is not easy, as Murali was mentioning. You need to be really a Hanuman to be an entrepreneur first, right? Correct? Good ecosystem of good skilling ecosystem, ITIs, polytechnics, engineering colleges, and also incubators. And this is the outcome. The outcome is this. All that we have done, this is for 25-26, the Center for Monitoring of Indian Economy recently released this, that Odisha leads in Q1 private capex. It is because of these opportunities which people are discovering that today we are actually number one in the country. 40%, 40% of all private investment which has happened in the country in April, May and June 2025 has actually happened in Odisha. And we have earlier also achieved these kinds of results. This is my copyright slide. This is my patent. Intellectual property, this is my intellectual property, so please don't use it, because I actually claim copyright on this. This is what we call, the next economic opportunity. This is the map of India showing Odisha and some of the neighboring states. This is what is called East India, right? So Odisha, Jharkhand, Bihar, Bengal, Assam, parts of Andhra, Telangana, and the entire northeast. This is 50 crores of India's population. 1/3 of India's population is in this belt, right? Northeast India. This is the fastest growing region in the country today for everything, for all goods, all services, whether it is a mobile phone or a laptop, a light or a fan, car or a scooter, an ITI admission or an engineering admission, an MBBS admission, or a, whatever you name it, a shirt or a shoe, for all products and goods and services, this is the fastest growing region in India. Reason is North, West and South have already grown. They have grown, so they are growing, they will continue to grow, they are bigger markets. But CAGR, if last year 100 Louis Philippe shirts were sold in Bhubaneswar, this year 125 will be sold. In Bangalore 105 will be sold, in Hyderabad 106 will be sold, and in Delhi maybe 99 will be sold, right? This is the story. Now if some company wants to do business in this area, wants to set up a factory for various reasons, big market, de-risking, geographical de-risking, so many drivers of investment. And they have decided, imagine a pipe maker, somebody who makes pipe, PVC plastic pipes, right? And wants to serve this market because it is growing. Where will they set up this industry? Do a state by state comparison and then you will figure it out, right? Will it be Bihar or Odisha? Odisha. Will it be Jharkhand or Odisha? Odisha. Clear? No brainer. Chhattisgarh or Odisha? Odisha. Assam or Odisha? So, there is no hidden confidential thing about it. It is known. We are at the center, the heart of this growing India. And for those companies and for those entrepreneurs who actually want to take advantage of the Eastern Indian market, what our Honorable Prime Minister calls Purvodaya, right? Purvodaya. This is the opportunity in Odisha, and you can actually take advantage out of it. Lastly, now I mentioned entrepreneurs. On the closing day of our investor summit, right? We did not bring Adani or Ambani or Tata or Birla to the stage. No. We brought 60 under 40. These are 60 under 40 entrepreneurs. Under 40 would mean, under 40 years of age, and 60 because 2 from each district. When Ashkant was mentioning one TiE member in each block, we actually have it. I have that list. I can give it to you. You can make them members. This is a group of 60 under 40 entrepreneurs, 2 from each district, all having investments less than 10 crores, turnover, no limit, and all of them have benefited from something or the other, which we have been trying to do. This is why, I encouraged Ashkant to actually do this, to this seminar in order to bring to the outside world, in order to encourage young entrepreneurs that, you don't really need to be a very big, big funder or to become a big founder. All that you need to do is a little bit of hard work. There will be challenges. There will be, people who would try not to help you. But at the same time, there will be people like Vishal and Sharma to help you. All right. So you please be there. And finally, I come back to my original theme where I started. All these things should convince you that Odisha will actually be the growth engine of India in the next 25 years. If you are interested, please take this. There is no copyright here, so you could click a photograph. And we have 2 of officers who will be there with you, and they can actually help you. 2 of my officers are here also. Akash, please stand up. And Tejas and Deepak. Deepak is there. So all the 3 of them will be here today, tomorrow, all sessions, right? In case you have any queries, in case you want to participate in our growth story, please feel free to contact them. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Well, now you understand why our Honorable Prime Minister had said for Odisha, Yehi samay hai, sahi samay hai. What a wonderful presentation. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. So invest in Odisha and invest in future. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the last segment where we are launching 4 initiatives. In fact, we are just announcing the initiatives. Some of them have already started. So our first initiative, these are all by TiE Bhubaneswar, each designed to take entrepreneurship to every corner of our state. First, we are proud to present Voice of Entrepreneurship. It's a vibrant new platform where your journey, insight, and experiences will come alive through podcast and digital narrative. So it's time the world heard Odisha's entrepreneurial voice loud and clear, and the work is already in progress for this. Very soon it will be there where you can actually hear the voice of entrepreneurship. Second, we are thrilled to launch the TiE Women 100, an empowering initiative to discover, support, and celebrate 100 remarkable women entrepreneurs from Odisha. So a big round of applause for that. In fact, we have some of the women entrepreneurs here with us. Can we quickly invite them on stage? We have already identified 20, but we have some here. We'll like to invite them on stage for a group photograph with our dignitaries. Dr. Sheenu Chavar, Ms. Ranchana Singhal, Ms. Zubina Ali, Ms. Neha Prabha Das, Ms. Dipti, Ms. Asta Padi, and Ms. Jayashree Mohanty. We'll request all of them to quickly join on stage for a group photograph, symbolic to our initiative, TiE Women 100. If there are other women entrepreneurs who would like to join on stage, please, you can join in. From our TiE members. Smriti ma'am, yes, please. I'll request media persons to just allow her to join on stage. Can I call Ms. Namrata Mishra to join on stage as well? So a big round of applause for women entrepreneurship. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, ladies. The next announcement would be on, and it's a bold step, we've already discussed, Sir Hemant sir also spoke about it. Entrepreneurship Odisha will now be expanded to all 314 blocks of our state with the help of TiE Bhubaneswar. From urban centers to remote villages, this initiative ensures that no aspiring entrepreneur is left behind. We are happy to announce that already some of these entrepreneurs have been identified from block level. And the fourth announcement, ladies and gentlemen, is that TiE Bhubaneswar, in association with Startup Odisha and different schools of Odisha, is planting the seeds of innovation early. The program is called Catch Them Young. The idea is to identify the entrepreneurs from a young age, from schools, and create a generation of creators, problem solvers, and leaders. So for all these 4 initiatives, can we have a big round of applause? You will see everything in a very short while from now. So, ladies and gentlemen, with this we come to the end. But before that, we would like to felicitate our esteemed dignitaries here on dais for taking out time from their hectic schedules to be a part of this event. So I'll first request the TiE Global President, Shri Murali Bukapatnam, to felicitate Additional Chief Secretary, Industries and INPR Department, Shri Hemant Sharma. We are truly grateful for your presence, sir. And what a wonderful presentation. Thank you so much. I'll now request TiE Bhubaneswar President Shri Ayushkant Mahanti to felicitate Principal Secretary Energy and Electronics and IT Departments, Government of Odisha, Shri Vishal Kumar Dev. Again, very, very grateful for his presence here today for the inaugural ceremony and his support for the event, for the successful conduct of this event. We are really grateful for your support, sir. The media always ensures they have the right photograph, the right frame. I'll now request Murli ji to felicitate our keynote speaker, Shri Parthasarthi NS, Managing Partner, Mela Ventures and co-founder Mindtree. Grateful for his presence here with us today. And like I have said before, there was so much of takeaway for all of us from his keynote address. And now I'll request TiE Bhubaneswar President Shri Ayushkant Mahanti to felicitate our global president Murli ji. And if I may add, he truly stole the limelight today with his address because everybody is mentioned about it. Thank you to TiE Global for their support to TiEcon Bhubaneswar 2025. We are happy you could, from TiE members from different parts of the globe are here with us, grateful for their support and their presence. Thank you, gentlemen. I'll now request Shri Satyabrat Ratha, Vice President TiE Bhubaneswar, first generation entrepreneur, credited to have started Odisha's first event company, Prelude, and also the founding editor of My City Links and co-founder of Boca Cafe, to present the vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, Diksha. And it's always a pleasure to have Diksha on stage as a master of ceremonies, but she's also now a TiE member. We have forced her to become a TiE member because we have our ulterior motives to do this. Everybody, first I would like to thank TiE. When we started, I was under 40, so still I was wearing glasses. So it was myopic vision. But now I also have plus lens, so it's hypermetric. So now I need progressive lens. So I think TiE needs progressive vision, a bit of minus, bit of plus, because earlier things which were far off were looking really far off. We wanted it to come near. Now it's all very close. And after Hemant sir's presentation, after what Vishal sir told us, we realize we are there already. We just have to take it on us as entrepreneurs from Odisha to make the best of the situation. And I would say that when we wanted to do this event, we have been doing plenty of events in TiE from the last so many years. When we thought of TiEcon, Anada, me, Rakesh and Ayushkant is the positive guy. I always think of plan B, plan C, because I have been into events for a long time. So Ayushkant always says wonderful, fantastic, so we always joke about this. So when Murli told that, okay, we cornered Murli first, that we want your recognition that Bhubaneswar should have a TiEcon, because Many big cities across the country, across the world have been holding it. They have evolved as entrepreneurial ecosystems. For us, we wanted to make it a platform for entrepreneurs by the entrepreneurs. So I think it's a privilege that this morning, everything really started on time. All our guests on stage, off stage arrived here. Wonderful presentations, wonderful speakers. And really we have people on stage today, we couldn't have had better people. I mean, we have Shri Parthasarthi sir, if you remember, I've been there since the foundation stone laying of Mindtree. We have Murli, of course, and Shri Vishal Dev, who has always been a supporter of local entrepreneurs. I remember he had given me my first government event in 2005 in the National Children's Science Congress when Dr. Abdul Kalam had come. So, and Mr. Hemant Sharma, the way he's invested in the state, we have investors, we have people who are entrepreneurs, and we are all here, I must say, because of entrepreneurship. Whether there's somebody serving us in Mayfair, because somebody started Mayfair, we have people being employed here. We have people from the media, because somebody started a media house, a production house, we have people here. So I think we are all dependent on entrepreneurs in some way or the other. So we cannot discount entrepreneurs, whether they are starting a small tea stall somewhere or a cafe or something as big as the kind of aspirations and dreams which Shri Sharma and Shri Dev have shown us. And of course, a big thank you to our minister, Shri Samanta, who came on time and gave a wonderful perspective of what Odisha has to showcase for entrepreneurs. All our TiE charter members who founded TiE Bhubaneswar, our new charter members. In the meanwhile, we have been working very hard to increase our membership because other than quality, we also need a lot of quantity from across the state. So this is a great launch pad for TiE Bhubaneswar, for entrepreneurship across the state. And we thank everybody. This is just the beginning of the 2-day summit, and we are really celebrating entrepreneurship here. And I would like to thank members from the media, everybody who's supporting this event from across different fields. And we'll hear from a lot of great speakers who have come from across the state and beyond the state, and make this a beautiful event the way it has started. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was quite a progressive vision for the vote of thanks. Thank you so much. We'll have quickly a group photograph before we end the inaugural ceremony and quickly start our technical sessions because we have a lot of them for the day. So I'll request all TiE presidents and delegates to please join on dais for a quick group photograph. And then, of course, I'll request everybody to stay settled because we'll immediately after that start with our technical sessions, an action-packed day ahead. Yes. Thank you so much to all our dignitaries once again for gracing the inaugural ceremony of TiEcon Bhubaneswar 2025 and making it such a grand success, starting on the right note, a very positive note, and we hope that the same energy continues for the next 2 days now. It's good to see our dignitaries taking selfies as well. Thank you everyone. Ladies, for the stage for the next session, and while we do that, you can all take a look at a video that we have on the TiE family. But I request people to please stay settled because we are running 15 minutes late and we would like to start the technical session very quickly. I request all moderators, please ensure that you all are sticking to our time. So as you look at the screen, at the video, we are getting the stage ready quickly for the first technical session. Can I request somebody from the event team to coordinate for...
for itself, whether it's arts, culture, food, dresses, and experience. Also, I would like to add that Jaipur is the conference capital of the world, with everyone wanting to be in Jaipur for their conferences and exhibitions. Now, with technology in place, TiE's support and 22 years of journey, we are going to be tech ready also. We have the right infrastructure and right opportunity for us to grow as a city, as a state. This year's 10th TGS, being supported and partnered with the government of Rajasthan and DigiFest, will absolutely create a landmark from the 4th to the 6th of January. It's absolutely going to be a world-changing event in Jaipur, which will change the perception across India and across the world. I feel that this year's TGS will encompass many, many things for everyone to experience, whether it's the TiE Women Finals, whether it's the TiE University Finals, the TGS 100, the top 100 startups from across India pitching to 500 some investors, 100 plus speakers, parallel sessions, marquee sessions, networking opportunities, dinners, performances, exhibitions, craft bazaar. The list is endless. And I think we look forward to having you at the TGS, 10th TGS and DigiFest in January 4th to 6th, 2026. Jaipur, Rajasthan.
Ladies and gentlemen, I request everybody to settle down now. We are starting the technical session. We have to stick to the time schedule. Like I said, too many sessions planned, a lot of speakers with us. We want to take advantage of all the sessions, but we also have to ensure that the sessions are getting over on time. I'll once again make a humble request to all the moderators to please ensure that your session is getting over in the time that has been allotted to you. Our first session, ladies and gentlemen. Our first session would be Gateway to Odisha, Scaling for Global Impact, harnessing the potential of blue economy, tourism, manufacturing and mining. Before I invite our speakers, can I request everybody to please take their seats and get settled? Those who are outside the hall, TiE members, can I request to please ensure people are not now outside? If they want their cup of tea, that can be served on the table, maybe, and let's just start with the technical sessions, please. I'll request some TiE members to take the, please volunteer and ensure people outside are being brought inside so that we can start with the session. For this session, ladies and gentlemen, we have with us Mr. Bijay Sahu, Group President, Reliance Industry Limited, Dr. Mrityunjay Swar, Chairman of Bhubaneswar City Knowledge Innovation Cluster, Mr. Mahavir Pratap Sharma, General Partner, Swishen Ventures, and the moderator for this session is Mr. Krishna Rathore, Co-Founder and Director, Zenith Insurance. I would like to invite all of them on stage so that everybody else gets settled. Can we have, with a huge round of applause, let's welcome them once again, Mr. Bijay Sahu, Group President, Reliance Industry Limited, Dr. Mrityunjay Swar, Chairman of Bhubaneswar City Knowledge Innovation Cluster, Mr. Mahavir Pratap Sharma, General Partner, Swishen Ventures, and moderator, Mr. Krishna Rathore, Co-Founder and Director, Zenith Insurance. As they settle down, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce each one of them. Mr. Bijay Sahu is currently the Group President, Strategic HR, working with the Chairman, Mr. Mukesh Ambani, for building the strong leadership and organization capabilities for all businesses of Reliance Industries. Prior to this role, he was the Global Head HR of Wipro Technologies. Before Wipro, Principal Consultant in PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, and Founding HR Head of IDBI Bank. He's also the Founder Chairman of Retail Skill Council of India, Chairperson of FICCI Skills Development Forum, Founder Chairman of Skill Development Committee of Indian Merchant Chamber, Chief Mentor of Mo Sahay Mission, which is mitigating miseries of migrants by putting people back to productive work. We have with us Dr. Mrityunjay Swar, pioneering institution builder, innovation leader, biotech entrepreneur with over 19 years of experience in technology, incubation, research-led enterprise development, and fostering innovation ecosystem. Currently serves as the CEO of KIT Technology Business Incubator and Director General of R&D and Innovation at KIT University. At the KIT School of Biotechnology, he has been instrumental in developing a globally relevant, innovation-driven academic and research environment. Also leads the KIT Technology Business Incubator, renowned for nurturing over 250 high-potential startups. He's spearheading the Bhubaneswar City Knowledge and Innovation Cluster Foundation, an initiative of the Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India that aims to drive regional innovation and industry-academia collaboration. We have with us Mr. Mahavir Pratap Sharma, dynamic serial entrepreneur, angel investor, startup mentor, and now a venture capitalist, known for his deep commitment to fostering innovation and entrepreneurship across Odisha, especially in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. Also the general partner at Swishen Ventures that invests in idea and early-stage startups from emerging India. Served as the chair of the Global Board of Trustees of TiE in 2020, becoming the first Asian to lead the global organization. He's also the founding chair of TiE India Angels, co-founder and chairman of Rajasthan Innovation Network, RAIN, and as an entrepreneur has founded and led several successful businesses. We have Mr. Krishna Rathore, co-founder Zenith Insurance, forward-thinking entrepreneur who's redefining the insurance landscape through technology. Zenith Insurance focuses on delivering accessible and tailored insurance services across sectors such as family, health, and business. As co-founder and director, he drives the strategic vision, market direction, and financial stewardship of the business. A proud ODI innovator, he's leading the change in making insurance smarter, simpler, and more accessible. I'll now request Mr. Rathore to take this session forward from here. And can we have a big round of applause for our entire panel before we let them take over this session?
Thank you very much. We'll get started. So Dr. Mrityunjay Swar, I'll start with you. We are talking about harnessing the potential of blue economy. I think we need to first understand what's blue economy and how harnessing it will help.
Excuse me, everyone. You will have conversations outside or sit here quietly, please. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you for that. Thank you for being a moderator of the crowd. So we are talking about blue economy. It's not that everybody knows what blue economy is. So could you please share a few thoughts on blue economy, and then we'll get started.
Thank you. So good to be here today. I thank TiEcon Bhubaneswar to invite me here. So blue economy is a very exciting world. So let me share with you very briefly that how Odisha is going to create the launchpad for blue economy. Blue economy, people always confuse that only with the aquaculture. It's not like that. It has got a lot of associated verticals. It could be from offshore energy to aquaculture to seaweed farming to a lot of other things. That how can you also do maritime trade? So it's a convergence platform where every sectors can, including AI, also can play a role. So when you look at Odisha, it has got 480 kilometers of coastline, and we have not done enough. Very little has been done. People have been focusing on aquaculture. I think all of you know we export a lot of this prawn, seafood, but that's one part of the blue economy. So beyond that, you can have a lot of other things, including underwater surveillance. You can maritime trade. You can also talk about seaweed farming, and the biggest economy can come from this sector. Apart from this, the offshore energy, even people talk about floating solars technology. So how you use sea and periphery of the sea or the water bodies to bring new economy for the state. So that's called blue economy. So all of you know about green economy, but now the next world is coming blue economy using water, especially we talk about coastal line, coast water, and to create new economy. That's the blue economy talks about. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. And I'll stick on with you. Since you have been with the entrepreneurial world for a very long time, what changes do you see, at least in the set of entrepreneurs right now whom you are dealing with? Are they aware of leveraging this blue economy, or are they thinking of traditional ways of doing it?
No, I think all of you are, many of you are all veterans in entrepreneurship, but let me tell you, we have to work on foundations. So blue economy is now being built up with strong foundation. So what we did last time, because I work for KIT University and the TBI and the City Cluster Bhubaneswar, but beyond that I work for the whole state. So what we did, we built a platform called Blue Economy Summit we had. So we selected 50 top blue economy startups of India, brought them to Bhubaneswar to make all of us understand what blue economy startup means. So at the moment, we have few companies who are from Odisha, but it is not can be done by all from Odisha. It has to be Indian economy system. So what we are trying to do, bringing all blue economy based states, coastal states, coming to Odisha and to create things together. So 50 startups we have selected, and they are now funded by several vehicles. We have got government funding, private funding, some CSR support funding, and these are now doing a lot of trials. So we call paid trials. And these trials will be done in Odisha, also in other coastal states. See that we are creating the cohort of blue economy startup large number. Because in entrepreneurship, if you don't create 100, you will not get results. If you get only 10, it is not going to be significantly visible. So that's what we are doing. And luckily, from our state, startups are coming very nicely. It could be companies like Credor or maybe Brahma Kamal, those who are into aquacultures or seaweed farming, even paperless seed trading kind of technology coming up, and they're doing wonderful job. I could see in next 5 years of time, Odisha is going to build more than 100 startups in blue economy, which will be India's biggest cohort in blue economy sector. And I must thank TiEcon, because Ayeskan is a very good friend of mine, that let us build it together and bring something exciting out of Odisha for the whole country, for the globe. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for that wonderful insight, Dr. Surya. I go to you, Mr. Vijay Sahu. Since you are the group president of Reliance, so I'll put the manufacturing part of this topic on you. What do you see are the opportunities in manufacturing in Odisha and allowing a global, making it a global hub for manufacturing? Yep, it's on.
Everything that you need for manufacturing, that is there in Odisha. So I was hearing Mr. Hemant Sharma speaking about what all Odisha has. If you see all the foundational aspects, all the raw materials you need, all the workforce you need, all the intellect you need, you have in Odisha. What Odisha doesn't have? Odisha doesn't have, when he was talking about two entrepreneurs, he said one Jain, another Gupta, and both were from outside Odisha. So what Odisha doesn't have? Odisha doesn't have a Dhirubhai Ambani, Odisha doesn't have a Gautam Adani, Odisha doesn't have an Ajim Premji, Odisha doesn't have a Narayana Murthy. So what is that? Odisha doesn't have entrepreneurship. What TiE is doing, creating the foundation of that courage, conviction, clarity in our thought process, that we too can be entrepreneurs. So what Odisha has to now work on is promoting entrepreneurs who can work on manufacturing. If you heard the government officer talking about, they're creating the policy framework, they're creating very favorable environment, but manufacturing is hard. It is not like doing software coding. It is not like OpenAI, 2015-16 it started. Today it has 80 crores subscribers. Every subscriber to meaningfully use OpenAI, they have to pay 2,000 rupees per month. So 2,000 into 80 crores is how much? So they earn that much money per month. Manufacturing is not that easy. That you get 100 engineers and 10 scientists and they create an OpenAI. For manufacturing, it takes a mountain to be successful. So it needs the courage, conviction, and the resilience of a Dhirubhai Ambani, a Gautam Adani, a Tata, a JSW, the Jindal family. So what we can do to create that culture among us, that courage among our entrepreneurs, so that they can enter into manufacturing.
Yep. Thank you so much for that. I think I can say that looking at the audience over here and also looking at a lot of people like me who are working and then getting into the entrepreneurship, the story is changing. It takes time for certain states. I would say that may be just a gradual progression into the people of Odisha accepting entrepreneurship as an option in their life. I wouldn't say career, but their life, right? So,
my generation, I am 60. We grew up in terms of academic excellence and corporate excellence. So my generation, wherever we worked, we were the best. So now the next generation, my son doesn't want to work for anybody. He wants to be an entrepreneur. So he has his own company, computer vision and AI company. So what is happening? The next generation ODIs, now they have courage that will start. Somebody's son will start manufacturing, somebody's son will start AI. So the basic foundation layer of the economic sufficiency, once it is there in the family, there comes from the conviction that I too can do it.
Right.
So now Odisha has started that. This is a wonderful initiative to put people together and to invite people from all over the world and then create, this is the first step. And you have been doing it for many years.
Yeah.
So this has started. I'll say this has started.
Yes. Thank you very much. Mr. Sharma, you are from Rajasthan. So when people think of Rajasthan, it's about tourism, right? So Kerala and Rajasthan, it's all about tourism. And Rajasthan does have a lot of palaces that attracts global tourists. Odisha, if you see the numbers, while I don't have the numbers at the top of my head, but doesn't attract that much global tourists, such as Rajasthan and Kerala does. What do you think is required by the state so that we can attract global tourists?
See, tourism in itself is a perceptive brand marketing that is required. I think Jaipur, Agra, Kerala, Jaipur, Agra earlier on were the pioneers, but what Kerala tourism did, and with Mr. Amitabh Kant when he was the Secretary Tourism in Kerala, way back 20 years ago, and God's own country, that initiative by the government and branding and marketing collectively of all hotels and all tourist destinations in Kerala is what changed Kerala's perception. I think Odisha has so many beautiful beaches. I've been to Konark, I've been to Puri, I've traveled to many places in Odisha, but I'm sure there are many, the lake. But the marketing and branding and the perception across the world is not there. The Odisha tourism is doing a lot. They were there at multiple events that I have seen on travel and tourism. but still it's not enough. See, half-cooked initiative or half-cooked effort does not, it's a waste. Do it entirely, do it 100% or don't do it at all. And I think somehow, whether it's a budget restrictions, whether it's a priority on other sectors and tourism not being one of them, I think Madhya Pradesh has gone all out, you know, with the heart of India. They're trying to get the domestic tourist first. Okay. And see, you have to understand, you can't capture the world market in one go because lots of money is needed and it's not cheap. So you should take one step at a time. You should conquer India first. You should conquer the metros first. Let the word spread out. Let social media and posts by people who are visiting locally reach out to a larger audience. Intelligent marketing is also needed when budget is a constraint. And I think Odisha needs to focus on that because tourism also leads to multiple layers of GDP growth, whether it's shopping, whether it's hotels, whether it's multiple other jobs that are created. So it's a very important sector, and I think Odisha has a great potential, but not been harnessed enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, thank you for that. So right now we know that Puri is anyway getting tourists because it's a religious destination, right? But I get the point that we need to go first national and then go international, or like Kerala, go all out international itself and actually just skip the national folks out. Or maybe they did it back in the early 90s because maybe Indians were not spending enough on tourism. I think if you're looking at the spending power capability of Indians.
But all due respect, Puri has everything but lacks infrastructure. How many hotel rooms do you have? How many hotel rooms do you have for a tourist that will come and stay at a 5-star level? Yeah. Not much. Yeah. Now you have a Taj coming or whatever happening, but it's too late. I mean, this should have been done well before because the, and connectivity, airlines, the highways are there. So now a lot needs to be done to get the infrastructure also ready.
Perfect. And being a general partner in a venture firm, would you be interested in investing or if I ask you about how do you look at about the religious tourism that's happening right now in Puri, how would you let somebody know that what should be the next steps or the strategy? I'm not talking about the government incentive. I mean,
just religious tourism or tourism at large?
It could be, see, because people come to Puri not just for the beaches. They come to visit Lord Jagannath. And then beaches becomes the second part.
Tourism is no longer just about monuments or festivals or It's become experiential now. You can create so many more experiences with the abundance of natural resources that Odisha has, that it can absolutely create a lot of ripple effect. Whether it's nature hiking, nature walks, multiple other sites that you can also create. The experiential industry is what tourism is all about. If you don't create experience for a tourism, they'll come once and say, oh, I've been there. They will not come again and again. So you have to be innovative in creating multiple things. You have a huge shoreline. I mean, look at Australia, look at Florida. Everything happens in the ocean. They have nothing in terms of heritage and culture. Forget our advantage on heritage and culture. But we have not been able to harness that. Are we creating beach resorts? Are we creating beach adventure sports? Are we creating experiences around all that coastal line? No. We have to do that. I've been to the eco retreat, but you have to do many more such things so that people can actually do a lot more here than they can experience elsewhere.
Right. Thank you for that insight. I'll come back to you, Mr. Vijay. So, one of the topics that we always talk is, sustainable, green, and that theme. Now, if I look at manufacturing, and I'm just, focusing on the manufacturing part with you, how do you think that the mining industries and the excavations and all can go to the next level, from just being excavation to creating the next level of jobs, and also be sustainable? I mean, sustainable in terms of the climate impact and all, because now if you go to any mining place, you go completely come back dusted.
Sometimes it is contradictory that you do manufacturing, but at the same time, you don't create enough carbon. It was impossible earlier, but now with the advancement of technologies, both in terms of chemistry and the automation, it has been becoming possible. Like you do manufacturing, you do mining, still you don't create pollution. You become carbon neutral. Or at least you, if you are creating some carbon, you add somewhere some activities which can make it kind of neutral. So our kind of companies who are very, very environment aware and very respectful for the human values. So we focus on if we are doing anything that has an inherent kind of inherent built-in issues of creating pollution, you provide for enough for the neutralization. And similar is the practices now in every large companies, and more so in the government policy framework as well, and the normative aspects of the society, in terms of environmental activists, etc. So doing business now has increasingly become that if you do something good for society, then you can do good business. In terms of excavation, etc., in terms of, it is not as much as job creation. Nothing you should do which is hard on human beings. When you do, if you remember those days of mining in Dhanbad, etc., or in any mining, I did my industrial training in mining, Joda mines, etc. I have seen how hard people work. With robotics, with automation, you don't need people to work so hard. You can completely automate everything. Does it mean like depriving anybody from employment? I'll say no. It is actually contributing to somebody's good life. So you can create in the adjacent areas enough and more employment to meet the requirements of the people. So both in terms of human life and the environment, the flora, fauna, you can provide for as an entrepreneur. So that's the way I look at sustainability and green production, green energy.
Absolutely, thank you. Dr. Sual, I'll just end this discussion with just, one thought or the message that you want to share to the fellow entrepreneurs and business people out here. And the topic doesn't necessarily need to be blue economy, but it can be, whatever your thought.
Thank you. I think there's a good crowd, great crowd. Very rarely we meet in such kind of platform. Let me share with you what is happening in Odisha and how you can make it much better. So as I said, we run one of the India's largest incubation ecosystem, TiEBI. You're very surprised to know 490 odd startups. Today, we are the only incubator in the country who only promotes manufacturing startups. And well-funded, and it is really structured, and government has taken us as on the standard, called the best practices in incubation. Now, why I'm saying this, we must celebrate the success from our own soil. It is very easy to give examples from outside. Let us build our own startups to such a level. That's what I am requesting TiE, that let us build some of them, and they will be iconic for the country, for the globe. Now, beyond that, and 106 employees in the incubator, be it from simple designs to IPs to tech transfer to you name any verticals, investments, we have everybody under TiEBI. That's why it's the India's largest. And beyond that, recently, I'm chairing one Bhubaneswar City Knowledge Cluster. Many people don't know, it's a recent development happening. The Office of Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India is promoting city cluster concept. So I chair the Bhubaneswar cluster with other institutions, industries nearby. And we're very happy to know that the main agenda of the cluster is technology deployment. And the message to all of you, things are all happening in Odisha. Let us promote more manufacturing and let us build our own USP. I feel Odisha can be a launchpad for blue economy, and people are inviting us to be part of there. I think let us work together in a convergence model. Of course, entrepreneurship is important, but blue economy-based entrepreneurship is going to change or going to create a new economy out of Odisha, not only mining-based economy or agri-based economy. So let us celebrate that and build together with all of us coming to one platform. That's Bhubaneswar City Knowledge Innovation Cluster. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. So actually we have some more time. I was looking at the time as per my watch. Okay, so we can continue the conversation a little bit more. I'll go straight to you, Mr. Sharma. So you have more than 2.5 decades in TiE, right? And a founder of several companies. And just going back to the topic, like, for global impact, we talked about tourism, but you don't need to restrict yourself to that specific subject. What do you see, or rather, let me put it this way, that when we're looking for global impact, what global thought process should we have if we want to actually make a global impact? I mean, what I'm coming to that point is that, do we look at geographies, countries, maybe bypassing the major countries, looking at different geographies for businesses, like we have, I think, Western Africa, which is growing very fast, or even going to South America? Do we target those new geographies to try to go through, just to bypass the traditional market? Do you think that is viable? And I'm asking you because you are a venture, you have been in venture firms. How do you think that targeting new geographies would be an option for some of the entrepreneurs who are planning, or some of the businesses, let me not say entrepreneurs, let me say businesses who are into any of these topics, right?
See, as we are all very aware that the global business scenario is very uncertain, as is shifting very fast. Dependence on one country, whether it's China for manufacturing or US for exports, has backfired. And I think the global economy has to spread out. I think Africa's and South America's of the world also have to come up to pace. I don't know how many of you know, but South Africa is going to be the next India, the continent, because of the age factor, how India is a young country. South Africa, as we grow, is going to be a very young country 5 to 10 years from now. So I think markets and global expansions are very, very critical. Reaching out to newer markets and newer geographies is absolutely expandable. But see, with all due respect to manufacturing and mining and other elements, growth or scalability cannot be multiple. It can't be 10x, 20x year on year. So I think the Indian service sector, the Indian software power, the Indian fintech, agri-tech, and technology-based sectors, which can impact the manufacturing, which can impact the services or the products, is a huge opportunity. And I think whether it's incubation centers, whether it's Startup Odisha, whether it's Startup India, whatever it is, I think the impact should be more on scalable models, because scalable models don't only bring a lot of revenue, but are easily expandable across geographies. And I think that is where the focus should be. I think what I have seen in my past many trips to Bhubaneswar, that the startup ecosystem here is fast developing. What it was 8 to 10 years ago is much better now. I do get startups pitching to me every other day from Odisha and Bihar also, and I think that's a very welcome sign. I think India has to grow. India has to stop its dependence on Bangalore, Bombay, and Delhi NCR and expand to tier 2, tier 3 cities. And I think Bhubaneswar is absolutely on the radar, where it needs to expand amongst other cities like Raipur or Bhopal. In Indore, Chandigarh, Jaipur, Pune, Kochi have evolved. Now the next line is where Bhubaneswar falls, in my opinion. And I think Bhubaneswar has a great opportunity because of the government and policies that we have in place, the infrastructure that we have in place, the colleges that we have in place, and the fact that now technology is borderless. My tech team could be sitting in Israel or Ukraine. It doesn't really matter. The startup is headquartered here, and the marketing, sales, and the strategy is being developed in Bhubaneswar. You can expand anywhere, and I can give many examples, like the ACS gave a few examples. I think many startups based out of Bhubaneswar are now expanding to US, and they are success stories, and they will be success stories. There's a startup that I know who's here and also in Gurgaon. Their back office and technology is sitting here, and they are doing something Yard, I forget the name of the company, but they're doing very well. So there are so many unknown heroes that are lying latent in Odisha that need to grow up and scale up and become brand and ambassadors for others to follow. And that is what I think will eventually happen. And that's one fastest and sure way to grow, not only nationally, but globally.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I'll come back to you, Mr. Sao. So let's talk about or let's try to know that, can we use our technology. So when you say technology, not necessarily software technology, right? Our engineering technology, engineering skills in mining and manufacturing, whatever we have, and try to develop the African countries. Is that one option that we have, or we don't have that much technology that can be transferred or can be leveraged in other countries? See, we are doing mining over here in Odisha. Why can't we not go and mine Africa and help them? Or we are doing it, but I think it's mostly at a very elementary level, not at the way that China is doing it. Do you see that there are technology restrictions or any other restrictions apart from politics and the geopolitics issue? Are there any challenges on the engineering and the technology part that India cannot go and actually take away or rather help the African countries, let me put it that way, in their mines and minerals?
Actually, one thing I must make it clear. I think you are presuming I'm a manufacturing guy. My life has gone in management consulting, technologies, and services business. But
Absolutely,
since you
absolutely.
thought I'm in the Reliance industry, so I should be speaking about manufacturing.
No.
But I'm
Let
dealing
me.
with it. I'll deal with it. I'll deal with
Actually,
it.
let me just clarify. I saw your LinkedIn profile. You were in Wipro. You have been in Reliance.
No, I will deal with it.
And you are in HR.
I'll deal with it. Yeah, I will deal with it. Actually, with respect to Mr. Sharma, I am very deep into technologies, personally. I worked with Mr. Premji in Wipro, early days. And last 20 years with Mr. Ambani, I work only in technologies. Okay. I don't work in refinery and manufacturing side, but still I have overview of that. Sir, three things are happening in the world today. One is, I remember Wipro had a small team, global R&D we call it. We used to deal with engineering, but that was engineering technology services, which even Tata Technologies does. That's not, today what NVIDIA is doing in terms of embedding to everything, the technologies are embedding. So in the mines, etc., rather than you're putting a human being, when the cost benefit ratio happens, you can put a robo costs you now, humanoid also costs you 15 lakhs rupees. So 15 lakhs rupees means what? 1,50,000 rupees per year. So 15,000 rupees is the salary of the worker. You better put a 15 lakhs robo, and he will do 5 people's work or 10 people's work. So that way, robotics, advanced robotics, and probably it will be cobotics environment, where there will be collaborative robots. So that is going to happen. IT services job are more or less, Mr. Sharma will know more, will be reduced to a minimum level. And only very intelligent IT services work will remain. And IT services will become like AI services. Like if you see, what OpenAI did is a platform. Now all of us are building kind of products on that platform. When I do any product, I have to pay money to OpenAI. I have to pay money to Gemini. I do a fusion, I have to pay to Google YO. I have to do some 3D, I have to pay to Hunian model, or I have to pay to some other model. So what happens today? They have built the platform. In India, we have never built a platform. But Indians going there have built the platform. Indians going there have built the platform. When I said there is no Dhirubhai, there is no Gautam Adani, what did I mean? Like these people in Indian context also could build such large enterprises, but in the technology sector, we could not build a platform. It is not we had less talent. We had no entrepreneurial ability, another Dhirubhai in the tech sector to say, let me build a platform. Mukesh Ambani is building it. He's saying, let me build a platform. Let me build a 5G on my own 5G. I'm not going to rent anybody else's 5G. That is he building. Now that generation is now starting to invest in creating technology platforms. That will change India.
Understand.
Today what happens? Trump says 50% tariff. All your products going to America will stop. But his products coming to your country through OpenAI, you know how much you'll be paying to OpenAI India as a whole, if 140 crores people, if 70, 80 crores people, or even 10 crores people use OpenAI every day, do you know how much we'll be paying? And that money will go, none of us will know. And you will not put any tax. So what is happening now? We have to now layer by layer by layer, and our government is very aware. Our government is very intelligent and aware, and entrepreneurial promoters like him are very aware. India has enough and more intelligent people, they're all thinking. But my personal view is, to manufacturing, AI will come, automation will come for the hard work. The intelligent work will happen through the intelligent layer of the technologies. And what is needed is what Mr. Sharma said, like we have to work on scalable technologies, scalable products in fintech, agrotech, manufacturing. But then at the same time, we have to, I don't know whether we will do or those entrepreneurs will come their own, because you created a Flipkart of the world, you created a Paytm of the world, you created a Ola of the world. Somebody came, somebody created. Those are platforms.
Right.
So those are the things required now for India.
So right now we don't have any transferable technology that we can actually leverage as a means to control or maybe help other countries grow, right? I mean, what was coming to us that we, whether it be software or whether it be any domain that we talk about, we are not created strong platforms, or we have not created that transferable technologies that we can go somewhere and actually build another nation, right? We don't have that.
No scalability. Either in IT service, which is, I used to run the largest IT service company in this country.
Yeah.
So what used to happen? $1 million, you put X number of people. $10 million, you put Y number of people, and Y is 10X.
Yeah.
So that's the way we built this company.
My only submission is that while I agree with whatever was said, but sometimes building platforms need a lot of money. ChatGPT would not have been there if billions and billions of dollars on data center, on LLMs were not put in by American entrepreneurs. India's funding at an idea stage, if Sam Altman was living in India, no one would have funded it. Even Mr. Ambani and Mr. Adani would have thought 10 times, what will happen? We don't see the reason why we should spend so much money on, and they're still spending money. India is at a very nascent stage of the startup journey. Though we are number 3, but building platforms is a little far away. Though India AI Mission, sir, has now shortlisted, and Government of India is very serious and working absolutely and putting unlimited resources in terms of money when it comes to India AI Mission and creating all these modules. But we are catching up very fast from what Silicon Valley or what US was 30 years ago. We are catching up. We're now 20 years behind or 15 years behind where they were. So it's a process. In the 5 to 10 years, you will see platforms being built, infrastructure being created in India. And of course, IT and IT services are passé because AI has disrupted everything that coding can possibly do. It will absolutely, you will see the change in a much faster way going forward. I'm very optimistic. And every city, every state, every engineer, every entrepreneur, every corporate has to play a role in it, in my opinion.
Sure. Thank you. We have just run out of time, and I think if you're talking about robots, Terminator 2 said that something around 2030, 2035 we're going to see robots. So I think we are on track. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you for all the thoughts on blue economy, how we are scaling up, how robots can impact, and how we have to think at a global level to ensure that Odisha can scale to the, Odisha can scale and have a global impact. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
30 seconds
Thank you
maybe.
so much.
30 seconds maybe more?
He needs 30 seconds.
30 seconds more. A very important announcement that you do.
Sure, please.
So you'll be very happy to know that we are coming up with a very big fund to support 100 blue economy startup, each giving 70 lakhs to 1 crore grant. The money is coming from somewhere, from government and private partnership. We'll create that cohort. Second, we are creating a marine biomanufacturing hub through the support of ministries, Government of India, other international agencies to support again 100-odd startup company. So what I'm trying to tell you, let's create economy out of manufacturing apart from service sector. That's what Odisha should celebrate. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Lovely. So thank you to our entire panel. And without any further, and do the honors to felicitate our panelists. And we would like to thank the moderator for sticking to the time schedule as well. I'll also request former TiE President Shri Debashish Patnaik to join on stage for the felicitation. Of course, fondly known as Debu Bhai here in Bhubaneswar. Ladies and gentlemen, just to inform all of you, we are running 30 minutes behind schedule. So this, I know I've been only talking about the time, but we need to now ensure that we are running exactly on time so that we do not go beyond 30 minutes, considering that we also have a lunch break in between. And to all the moderators also, we would like to inform that on the screens, you have timers, so you can ensure that you are aware of how much time is left for the session to end. But for now, let's give a big round of applause to this panel. What a wonderful discussion we had. Thank you to all our panelists, Shri Vijay Sahu, Dr. Mrityunjay Swar, Shri Mahavir Pratap Sharma, and our moderator, Shri Krishna Ratha. Thank you so much. A token of appreciation from the TiE family, the TiE Bhubaneswar family. Thank you to all. A quick group photograph before we move to our next session. So to save time, I'll be inviting the panel on stage, and as they settle down, I'll be giving a brief introduction about each one of them. Thank you to all panel. So, ladies and gentlemen, our next session is Connecting Odisha to the World, Connecting Beyond Borders, TiE Bhubaneswar, and Country Partners, a very important session. So, we have with us for this session Mr. Dinesh Sapramadu, Vice President, TiE Colombo, and Chairman, Senate Group. We have Mr. Anshuman Sinha, Co-founder, Startup Steroid USA, Mr. Kalyan Mupaneni, founder and CEO, Pi Data Centers, and moderator for this session is Sri Rajiv Sekhar Sahu, eminent chartered accountant and principal partner, SRB Associate. Let's invite all of them on stage with a big round of applause. And as they settle down, I would take this opportunity to introduce them. Mr. Dinesh is a distinguished entrepreneur, technologist, and business leader with over 30 years of experience in the global tech and software development industry. Founder and CEO of the Senate Group of Companies, a global enterprise solution provider with a presence in over 40 countries. Also holds the position of founder and CEO at Aplova Inc., a US-based SaaS platform, empowering restaurants and retailers with digital ordering solution. Before returning to Sri Lanka to build his ventures, he began his career in the United States, working at Fortune 500 companies, where he gained critical experience in technology-driven business transformation. We have with us Sri Anshuman Sinha, TiE ex-president USA, a distinguished angel investor, talent management veteran with an illustrious career spanning over 30 years. His deep-rooted passion for startups has driven him to actively contribute to the entrepreneurial ecosystem by building a comprehensive platform, Startup Steroid, aimed at strengthening the startup community. A general partner in early angel fund, SGC Angel Fund, and also funded 2 angel funds, managing a $3 million fund dedicated to early-stage startups. His portfolio as an angel investor includes over 42 startups, showcasing his expertise in identifying and nurturing promising ventures. Also the co-founder and CEO of Startup Talent, a platform that connects startups with top-tier talent. We also have with us Mr. Kalyan Mupaneni, a visionary entrepreneur, technology leader, advocate for India's digital transformation with over 25 years of global experience in data center infrastructure, cloud computing and enterprise IT. He is widely recognized as a pioneer in India's hyperscale data center industry, founder and CEO of TiE Data Centers, India's first Greenfield Uptime Institute Tier 4 certified data center and enterprise cloud organization, redefining data infrastructure standards in the country. Under his leadership, TiE Data Centers introduced TiE Cloud, an indigenous cloud platform designed to accelerate digital adoption among Indian enterprises, aligning with the vision of Digital India. Also the founder and chairman of Exatron and serves as the president of TiE Vizag, the Vizag chapter of the Indus Entrepreneurs. We have with us Shri Rajiv Sekhar Sahu, eminent chartered accountant, principal partner at SRB and Associate Bhubaneswar. With over 4 decades of distinguished professional experience, he holds key board positions in some of India's most respected institutions, including NTPC Limited, Hindustan Zinc Limited, Tehri Hydro Development Corporation, and Bank of Baroda, where he serves as the chairman of the audit committee, played an instrumental role in shaping public sector governance through his long-standing association with the Task Force on MOU of Public Enterprises, Government of India, former chairman of the Indian-American Chamber of Commerce, also former president for TiE Bhubaneswar. His service as an independent trustee of the Odisha Urban Infrastructure Development Fund and a member of the Sri Jagannath Temple Managing Committee, Puri, reflects his deep commitment to both civic infrastructure and cultural heritage. Before I request Mr. Sahu to take this session forward, can I please request everybody to settle down, and those at the back, either if you are entering the hall, please do so and take a seat, or else please close the door so that the panel isn't disturbed. Thank you so much. I'll request Mr. Sahu to take this forward from here.
Thank you very much. At the outset, I must congratulate each one of you, starting with President Ayushkant, Vice President and Secretary, Vice President Sanu, and Secretary Anada. So, I congratulate each one of you for a grand show and the maiden venture of its kind. They deserve a big round of applause, not a very miser approach, but a very open approach. As you all know, Bhubaneswar is the best emerging city of India. And those who have come to Bhubaneswar might have come with low expectation, but when they reach Bhubaneswar, start their journey from the airport, they always say, this is a city where we have missed it so far. And as they proceed and they go with a rich experience, I'm sure each one of you, if you have come for the first time, you will also go back with a rich experience and appreciation of the very planned city of Bhubaneswar. For every city to grow, the first and foremost is the infrastructure. And Bhubaneswar is possibly one of the best infrastructure. Maybe some may say about Chandigarh, some may say about the new Raipur, but the new Bhubaneswar that will be coming up will be far superior to what we are talking about these cities. As far as the IT is concerned, we have produced some of the best talents. The Odisha-based educational institution are next to none, and they have also produced the genius. You have KIT University, you have SOA University, C.V. Raman, Centurion, and many others which have been producing. I am told the major requirement for IT industry to develop, the first and foremost is the availability of manpower. And Bhubaneswar has been able to produce and supply the required manpower for this purpose. When you come to the support from government, I think you will find this to be a very proactive bureaucracy, open politician, good governance, and sustained over a period of now 3 decades. And those who have come from outside the country or those who have come from outside the state will appreciate when you see the kind of infrastructure, you'll see the policy, and the new policy which is in the process will be possibly one of the best. You must have heard from Mr. Vishal Dev in the morning about his vision, his approach, and what we are thinking of making Bhubaneswar in the near future. You don't have the stranded passengers of Bangalore, the experience you will not have in Bhubaneswar. You can reach from any place to any place in 20 minutes. You can reach from airport to the last destination in 15 minutes. Whereas you don't get that luxury in places like Bangalore, which is the Silicon Valley of India. I'm not in competition for Bangalore, but Bhubaneswar is the best emerging city in India. May I start with Mr. Dinesh, the TiE President of Sri Lanka, to suggest, in fact, let me tell you, the history says that there is a strong connect between Odisha and this part of the country and Sri Lanka. In fact, it is said that it is these people who migrated during Ashoka's time or maybe before are known with the Odia titles, the Madhugale. They are supposed to be Muduli in Bhubaneswar. The Ranatunga is also the Tunga title here. So there is a strong connect, though the more migration took place after the preaching of Buddhism post the great Kalinga War. So may I start with Mr. Dinesh to throw your light about how there can be strong exchange of entrepreneurs between Sri Lanka and Odisha or this part of the country, please.
Yeah, thank you and good afternoon, everybody. It's my truly pleasure to be here in Bhubaneswar and for the TiEcon. When AK came to Sri Lanka on his one of his vacations, we met, the TiE Colombo met with him, and then he invited us to come. And we were not only to come, but also to explore ways that we can collaborate with TiE Bhubaneswar and TiE Colombo. So I represent TiE Colombo as part of the global network, and we started just 11 months ago. So TiE Colombo was started 11 months ago, less than 1 year. As you mentioned, the historical relations between Sri Lanka and the Eastern India goes over 2,000 years. And especially, I think the Bay of Bengal, the trade between Odisha and the ports of Colombo and Galle goes many, many thousands of years. Whereas from Sri Lanka, you got gems, pearls, cinnamon, and from Odisha, we used to get more like textile, grains, metalwork, and artisan. Also, I think it's important, geographically, Sri Lanka as a maritime crossroads. To the east and the west, we are very well positioned. So one of the things that we feel that we can be done is to be able to do collaboration between the startup ecosystem in Bhubaneswar with the startup ecosystem in Sri Lanka. So we have some ideas how we can do, but I think as an opening, I would say that, I'm very glad to be here, and we will actually put some plans together where we can actually collaborate and mentor, invest, as well as go to market between the two TiEcons, TiE, Bhubaneswar, and Sri Lanka.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Dinesh. And we also have a very strong cricketing ties between India and Sri Lanka, and most of your players also play IPL. I'm not saying about how much money they make, but they do have a strong presence in IPL that is played here. While Donald Trump has shaken the whole world and more earthquakes are in India and Odisha also with marine export and all, Mr. Ansuman, welcome to this place, and I am sure you must be happy to have a grand function of its kind in Bhubaneswar. We need more collaboration. As I have told you, in the late 90s, the connect between Bhubaneswar and US or other parts of the world were not as much as you can see today. Today, in the same day, from Bhubaneswar, you can reach US. If you have the visa, you can have the ticket. In 24 to 36 hours, you can reach. I think that is the best you can think of. When in 90s we visited, the connectivity was not so good. The other infrastructures are as good, and the manpower availability, in fact, we have also exported a lot of IT professionals to US. I don't know from which state you belong to, but Odisha has been able to, in fact, many times when we travel to US, we are as homely as we are back home in Odisha. So can you throw light and suggest how the connectivity between US and Odisha, to be specific, can be expanded, and what collaborative step we can take in this regard?
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to come here and, speak to such an august audience. How many of you are, founders in this room right now? Just with a show of hand. Okay. And how many of you are investors? So now the founders know who to meet and take this opportunity, okay? So now, as you said that if you have a visa from here to US, 36 hours you can reach. I completely agree with you. But we are in the digital age. We talk about global village. So if you are connected with somebody on LinkedIn, you are already there. I have, I think 60,000 followers on my LinkedIn. Many of them are here from India. Many of them are here from tier 2, tier 3 cities, people from Bhagalpur. By the way, I am from Bihar. I went to Los Angeles in 1998, so a couple of decades ago now.
And you are from?
Bihar.
Oh, Bihar, okay.
Yeah. And I'm a true product from Bihar. All my education was done in Bihar. Then I got into the TiE ecosystem, have been a charter member for the last 12, 15 years now. Was the president of TiE Southern California during COVID years, and was able to grow that chapter there from 26 charter members to 168 charter members in 2 years. So from there, we started some funds. Right now, the investment opportunity that as a US investor we see, India and tier 2, tier 3 cities, be it Rajasthan, be it Jaipur, be it Bihar, be it Odisha, is very, very promising. With a single fact, a drone company sitting here in Odisha might be valued at $5 million. If they just move to Bangalore, they will be $15 million. So our investment of $50,000 or $100,000 at a $5 million valuation is much better opportunity for us with a proper mentorship and guidance rather than finding an investment opportunity which are already at $50 or $100 million in Bangalore and some of the other metropolis here. So right now, with the digital connectivity, connect with all the investors, connect with mentors. Mentors is again a very important thing that all the startup founders should have. Without mentoring, it is very difficult to start and keep running your company. I'll give you a quick example. Think of sports like cricket. Cricket is like a religion here in India. Think of the top players. They still have coaches. Those coaches turns into mentor when it comes to startup founder. Because they will help you, they will guide you, they will make the connection, they will help you build the market, GTM, whatnot. So, go find a mentor and then, connect through any of the digital means, attend, events like this. And I'm so much thankful to A.K. Mohanty for inviting me here and doing the first TiEcon in Odisha. I'm very, very happy.
Thank you. I think any number of times that we compliment AK, it will be insufficient for the kind of job that he has done. Ayushkant, this is a compliment to you. I think in the TiE system, US is a mother. And all these TiE units are children of US. In fact, some of the TiE global festivals are probably the biggest of its kind in the world. As far as the technology is concerned, while it might be generated from here, but the real valuation will come when it is attracted or attracting investors from US. I think in that regard, you will also have a big role and more the connectivity. And we also consider Biharis are 50 to 75% Odias and vice versa, because many of the things are in common. So you can think you are son of this soil and do as much support as is possible. Thank you. Mr. Kalyan, you know this is the era of technology, and you are heading the technology company. So please suggest and tell how you can mentor the young entrepreneurs and how you can support and what guidance you can give to these young entrepreneurs and members of TiE. Please.
So, first of all, good afternoon, everyone. And to your earlier point during the introduction, this is my first time to Odisha, Bhubaneswar. And thanks to AKG for inviting me relentlessly, calling me 4 times and having me here. And I can't thank you enough, because what I have learned about Bhubaneswar and Odisha in the last 3 years, I haven't known throughout my entire life. So, and I think this is what New India is. What I have seen in the presentation earlier, Hemant Sharmaji, the potential of Odisha, the kind of natural resources, the kind of talent, and Odisha being an educational hub, the kind of educational institutions you have, the kind of young entrepreneurs that you produce, and you can turn the students that you produce and turn them into young entrepreneurs. I think the sky is a limit for Bhubaneswar and Odisha. I'm one of those people who believe the next 60-70% of the GDP of India over the next 20-25 years for Viksit Bharat should come from places like Odisha. Odisha, Vizag, Kochi, Jaipur, you know, all the tier 2, tier 3 cities. I think this is where the next future of India is going to be. So to your question about young entrepreneurs, I think you have everything, all the ingredients. I think one thing that I've noticed is it would be really nice somehow to get the message of how rich, I mean rich in the sense that the ecosystem, how rich the ecosystem of Odisha and Bhubaneswar is out there to the rest of the world. Honestly, I didn't know that, you know, it's that strong. You already have all the ingredients. Now, as far as, you know, the young entrepreneurs, they can, I mean, I think TiE Bhubaneswar is one of those, you know, platforms and stages where they can connect. We have at least 50, 60 entrepreneurs in this room, I think, and I don't know how many of you have studied locally. I mean, can all the entrepreneurs who are in this room, can you put your hand up who studied locally here? So I think that's, oh, you as well. So I think it's a fantastic opportunity. I think events like this, honestly, will promote the entrepreneurship of Odisha. And I think, and also going out there. And TiE Bhubaneswar, for example, could lead a delegation and send a group of entrepreneurs to, for example, a TiE Jaipur, or a TiE Hyderabad, or a TiE Silicon Valley, or a TiE Colombo, and understand what the other startup ecosystems are doing, other startup successful ecosystems are doing, right? And then exchange of ideas, and then put these entrepreneurs in front of the investors. Like, for example, we only have 2 investors in this room. What can we do to bring 20 more into a room like this? I think these are some of the conversations that we need to have, so that the 60 entrepreneurs in this room will have at least 10 entrepreneurs to pitch to. So I think in a way, there is a lot more messaging of Odisha and Bhubaneswar, which already is a very rich ecosystem based on what I've seen. I think this message needs to go out there to the world.
This is a very good point that you have mentioned, that we need more investors. The success begets success. So we need more investors to come, more investors to interact, encourage, and of course the local TiE, local industry association, they are all here. But at the end of the day, the success is important, and success comes from successful investment and valuation. That is the key. So I'll go in the reverse direction. What would you suggest, what we should do, and what is your advice to our government also, that we should do to attract more investment and maybe bigger infrastructure and bigger platform? What is your suggestion?
I think I will continue on what I was saying. If I looked at the geographical location of Odisha, you have a fantastic coastline. India today, data is everything. India today is connected in two main points. One is Mumbai, the second is Chennai, right? But in the East Coast, you have a place like Vizag, Bhubaneswar, Kolkata. I don't know who is going to do first, but I think I hope Bhubaneswar or Odisha does it first and connect yourself to the rest of the world, to Singapore. So it becomes a data hub, right? Then you become a trade hub by developing more ports. Then you can have inland logistical ecosystem. I have seen two major roadways that you have, two major highways, and then there is one interconnectivity. But I think that one interconnectivity is not enough. Based on the map that I've seen, you should have at least 4 interconnections between the two main arteries of the highways that you have, and then have industrial corridors along these 4 roads that connect, highways that connect. So this kind of infrastructure, when you put out there to the global investor ecosystem, the investors will come. There's no doubt the investors, like the investors in Singapore or Europe or US, they are looking for example, the green energy that was discussed quite extensively early on. I think the state has a fantastic ecosystem, and you have a great opportunity to attract those global funds who are investing in billions of dollars. There are other states, like for example, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana and some of the other states who are attracting big investments in green energy. But I think Odisha should be right there in the top 2-3 states in India to attract those global funds to invest. So if somebody invests $1 billion or $2 billion into green energy in a state of Odisha, you can imagine the number of jobs it will create. And the ecosystem around the green energy and the technologies that it will encourage for the local entrepreneurs. So I think the infrastructure ecosystem that you already have and what you are going to do in terms of data, logistics, transportation, and the connectivity in general, one within the state, but also to the rest of the country and the world, is extremely important. And when this message goes out there, I think the investors will come flocking.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kalyan. May I now request Mr. Ansuman that what is your input to the government and to institutions like TiEcon? What should be done to propel growth? What we are lacking and what should be done?
No, I don't think we are lacking anything. It is just the journey, where we are in that journey and how to reach from point A to point B. What TiEcon, the brand TiEcon does, that it brings global leaders from various chapters to come and participate with a local chapter. Murli, who is such a busy guy, chairman, board of trustee, is here. Dr. Shinu is here. So many others, So this is the opportunity where these type of panel discussions and everything is fine, and tomorrow we have the pitching event which will be going on. Those are very important. We can also curate startups and bring, an investor roadshow. Invite the investors. The government have the funds. They can invite the investor to be here in Bhubaneswar, and day long there could be, startups who will pitch to them. Obviously, they have to be curated. And then on the TiE global ecosystem, a majority of the chapters are already having angel groups. They are all on a single platform through which we can do deal syndication. So if a chapter is writing a $10,000 to a $50,000 check, now once it goes on the, on the global level, suddenly the check size becomes $750,000 to $1 million in that company. So those avenues are available. TGS is happening, this time it is in Jaipur in January, and Dr. Shinu will be talking about that, Mahavir will be talking about that. There is a TGS 100 concept, so 100 startups will be featured there. TiE Women competition is happening. We are just into reviewing all the applications and all, and mentoring those women entrepreneurs. So those things are global programs, and we are providing the global infrastructure for those startup founders to connect with the capital from all around the world. So, if you want to take my advice, then I would suggest some kind of a roadshow that the government can easily conduct here, inviting the Indian investors as well as investors from foreign land. And we, sitting there, we are looking for investable opportunities and ease of business. If a US investor is investing in an Indian startup and that Indian startup is not there in Delaware, then the DMAT process and getting your document certified by a US embassy, the Indian embassy in the US, and then, getting all those paperwork is such a big hassle that, we shy away from investing in Indian companies just because of the DMAT that we have to go through and the 10% tax after the exit that we have to. So we may have to look at those policies also. But the infrastructure is there. I feel, we are doing great. The momentum will pick up. Storytelling is very, very important. How would somebody, an investor like, Dheeraj is here, 800 crore fund. He is in Bangalore. He is here in this room. How would he know that this is an investable startup coming out of Bhubaneswar and Odisha? So that storytelling, some kind of a platform where all those startups can be listed, is important right now.
Very good. One more question to you is, today what we have heard is many times companies from Bhubaneswar have thought of expanding in Hyderabad, Bangalore, rather than expanding here. And when we ask them, they say the middle level people are not available. What is your suggestion to enhance that manpower infrastructure in Bhubaneswar so that the expansion benefit is staying in Bhubaneswar and not passed on to other cities which are already sufficiently crowded?
So I think talent is everywhere. It is difficult to identify the talent. And I'm also suffering from that. I have about 250 employees here in India. Majority of them are in Maharashtra, in Pune. I am from Bihar. I want to give back to Bihar. I have only 3 employees in Bihar. And my whole digital marketing team is scattered in Delhi and some of the other states. I'm asking my team that, how come we cannot find talent in Bihar? There are video editors, there are content creators, there are content writers. So in the local infrastructure, even the AI engineers are there. It happens that, we don't know them. So if our infrastructure can be created where it is ease, because, just going on Naukri.com and trying to find a talent, which is a local Hindi speaking or a Odia speaking talent, it becomes very, very difficult. So on the local level, if that can be produced, then, any startup which are developing here can find those talent, as well as, founders who are out in the other state have some kind of a linkage to this state will also come and, hire here. I'm a firm believer of that.
So I hope members sitting here would have noted as to what should be done to take advantage of expansion in Bhubaneswar rather than the expansion going to other places. My next question to Mr. Dinesh is that how you think the collaboration between Sri Lanka TiE Sri Lanka and Bhubaneswar TiE can be expanded for mutual benefit.
So I think if you want to we want to connect beyond borders, we must move conversation to co-creation. So I think working together, I think is that. So for that, I was thinking that we can actually have a startup exchange programs where founders from both chapters can have immersive experience, maybe 1 to 3 months in any of these locations, whether it's Sri Lanka, whether it's in Bhubaneswar. So that's a way to kind of look at how you can actually look at market, get access to mentorship challenges or go to market. And also to think about maybe a joint investor connects, because both can be able to pitch together to other third parties as well as, do that. And, listening this morning, maybe some sectorial focus startups, maybe have, 2 to 3 high potential sectors in both regions, for example, with this IT, AI or tourism, tech, or even what we talk about, the blue economy. So because both are also coastal regions, so we can actually collaborate in that aspect. And also maybe to have a co-mentorship programs. It's very important to have co-mentorship programs because I think the people who have gone and been successful, they are coming in and developing those kind of things. So I think mention about mentorship, I think is one of the key things, and all of us know who have done, and that is our mentors who had helped us to kind of get that connection, to get that door open, being able to go whether it's our advisory boards. So I think it's important for us to kind of build an ecosystem, and what I would say is to, rather than talking, maybe we should put a 90-day plan and have some of these things executed between the 2 chapters soon as possible.
So these are the message to Ayushkant and his team to make more vibrant collaboration between not only TiE Bhubaneswar and Sri Lanka TiE, but also with all the TiE, which of course they are doing, but it can be vibrant. May I take the liberty to welcome some questions from the audience to the panelists. You have the illustrious panelist from US, originating from Bihar, from Sri Lanka, and of course, Vizag. Vizag is as good as, Bhubaneswar. Many a times, both Vizag and Kalinga have been ruled by same rulers. So may I expect some questions? Anybody interested to ask question to the, yes, please. Please.
Hello, sir. First of all, good afternoon to all of you. And my question is like the AI wave is everywhere across the globe. And most of the developing countries, like especially from the US, we have all the model companies. Because if we see the AI landscape, we have model providers like OpenAI or Google Gemini. And we have infra companies who enable us to use those models. And we have product companies who are using this infrastructure and the models or the LLMs to make any product. And especially as startup people or startup founders, the main problem or challenge for us to make model companies is that we do not have so much infrastructure of enough GPUs to train a LLM model. But there are companies in India like Sarvam AI, which is very good as a language translators who has their own sovereign model. So as a country, India, if we want to have our sovereign models, we don't want to depend on OpenAI or Google Gemini to use their models. We want India to have our own models, and a lot of infrastructure and money is needed. What advice do you give us so that we can make our own sovereign models, and those models are trained on very specific data from India, applicable to India for the Indians? What advice do you have? Because the main challenge is that we are not having enough funds to make those foundational models.
Yeah, some quick answer.
Yeah, so I think some work is already happening in here. I am an investor in a company called Rover.ai. They are building Bharat GPT. And those are large LLMs. And same thing is happening in the medical healthcare industry also. Some very specific LLMs are being developed. Obviously, setting up those type of companies need a lot of infrastructural help and money. So once you have that kind of money, it can be developed anywhere in the world. आज के दुनिया में ये नहीं आप बोल सकते हैं कि ये चीज yahi country karega. You know, the technology is everywhere and founders are everywhere. If you are motivated enough, if you have the tenacity, you can develop it. And if you are focused, you'll be able to find help also. How to get to the right equipment, funding, investors, everything can be lined up. So some of the work are certainly happening here. Yes.
So I think you do have local models available. I mean, even companies like Google are making them available. Do a little bit more research, or actually drop me a note. I can connect you to someone who can help you with that. And as far as infrastructure, there are companies like TiE data centers who are locally available in India, 3-4 companies who are actually making it much more affordable and available for startups. So just check on that.
Thank you. In TiEcon, whether simple questions are allowed or not, I'll ask Aishka. Okay.
All questions, simple questions are always asked first. Anyway, my question is, what, according to you, are the attributes of positive culture for growth and development, according to you? Because we need an attribute for growth
Jaipur,
and development. Rajasthan.
First is positivity and positive outlook. Being positive, being optimistic, and with that optimism, having the right kind of passion, and whatever idea you believe in, don't give up.
Okay, great, thank you.
Fire in the belly. If you have the fire in the belly, you will develop it.
Yes. You know. Positive and fire, both are required. Yes. Maybe the last question.
Yeah, thank you, Rajiv sir. My question is, my name is D.D. Swain. I am a chartered member of TiE Bhubaneswar. My question is, wherever we go in any meeting on entrepreneurship, it's all about technology. I understand the value of technology, but normally it is people, process, technology, and wealth management. Who else knows better that name? So my question is twofold, very short. Now, what is your take on this? Should we only focus on technology, or these are the things also should be taken care by an entrepreneur? Because a lot of young entrepreneurs are sitting and some of our prospective entrepreneurs. Second is, speed matters. You find out a gap and you are trying to reduce the gap through your entrepreneurial ventures. So speed matters. It means you are building something $2 billion and you are wind up and then again you are going to something else. Or will you take it a little forward and build a good company and go on? You understand, you know?
As a startup founder, you know, obviously speed matters. Whatever you do, and, you know, in the earlier sessions, it has been discussed that, you know, there is a concept of fail early, fail fast. Fail early and fail fast is that, you know, you will be saving time and money both. If you have the speed to test it out, if it doesn't work, you pivot, you do something else. So speed certainly matters in the world of founders. And when it comes to non-technical aspect, absolutely. Business is again not technology. You know, if you look at the percentage, how many companies who are at multi-billion dollar in valuation or in revenue are technology oriented? Some of the companies are basically service companies which are doing that. You know, Zoho is a good example of that. You know, it has some digital products, of course, but you know, it is basically a service company and it has
Thank you.
a homegrown billion-dollar company.
Thank you very much. My power as moderator is gone.
I have a question.
Yes, I'm sorry we won't be able to take further questions. I'm really sorry. No, we are running 30 minutes late, sir. You can take it off the dice.
You ask in the next session.
After they get off the stage,
Yes,
then ask
you
them.
can
No, they're not going anywhere.
Thank you so much. And may I now request the TiE Bhubaneswar President, Mr. Aishkan Mohanty, and also the Secretary, Mr. Ananda Prasad Pari, to please join on stage and felicitate our panelists and our moderator. A big round of applause. Again, a very interesting discussion.
Special thanks to TiE Colombo. Dinesh is here. And you know, when I called him, he said, "AK, I'm coming." And when I was in Colombo, the kind of treatment he had given, he came personally and dropped me a hotel in his own car. So that's a great thing, and I'm very much sure that TiE Bhubaneswar and TiE Colombo will have a great partnership in coming days.
That's definitely ending on a very positive note, and that was the whole idea of this session, collaboration between different chapters. And here we are, Bhubaneswar, we have looking forward to a collaboration with our Sri Lanka chapter as well. No, we still have another session, sir. Our gote session achi lunch burburu. Agya. I'll once again keep requesting we have to stick to the time schedule. We are running 30 minutes late, for which I'll once again request moderators, please ensure everything is wrapping up on time. Yes, sir, absolutely. Rajiv Sankapai gote jordar tali for finishing the session on time. That is very important now. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, before we move to our next session, we have a special announcement happening on the TiEcon Bhubaneswar 2025 platform. But for that announcement, I would like to invite on dais Mr. Mahavir Pratap Sharma, General Partner, Swishen Ventures, and Dr. Sheenu Jawar, TiE Rajasthan President. Can we have both of them on dais? Yes. Okay, all right. My apologies for that. I believe the news was centered around Rajasthan, so the focus on Rajasthan. But of course, yes, we have, yes.
Hello everybody, can't help but come to the mic. I just love being here, taking charge. I'm the President of TiE Rajasthan, also a member on the Global Board of Trustees. Mahavir here with me is a former chair of the Global Board of Trustees. He's a former president of TiE Rajasthan and he's a current chair of the TiE Global Summit. Over to you, Diksha.
Thank you so much. So we have a video which we want you to take a look at. That is all about the TiE Global Summit happening in January. So first, let's take a look at the video. Maybe we could make the announcements first, and while they sort out on the video. I'm just trying to save time, I'm sorry.
So you see the power of a TiEcon, right? A big round of applause for TiE Bhubaneswar, for the president, for the leadership, for bringing attention to the growth engine of the country, which is Odisha. Similarly, can you imagine the power of 67 chapters? This is the power of one chapter bringing in people from all around the country. Can you imagine, begin to imagine, the power of 67 chapters from across the globe converging to one place and being a part of the Global Summit? The TiE Global Summit in its 10th edition is going to take place in Jaipur from the 4th, 5th, and 6th of January 2026. Previously, the global summits have taken place in Singapore, Dubai, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Delhi, and recently in Bangalore. The global summits really showcase not just the power of the state or the city in which they are held, but they also showcase the power of the entrepreneurs coming in from across the globe. Investments flow in, leadership is born, entrepreneurship is seeded, and all in all, I would say that the next generation of growth takes place. So this year, we are holding the summit in January, in 2026, not this year, of course, and all of us are getting ready. There'll be a marquee lineup of speakers, There'll be VCs from all across, and there'll be entrepreneurs, startups, business leaders. So all of you look forward to being there. We would love to host you. And this is a short. Thank you. I, along with my team, and not just my team at TiE Rajasthan, but also with the global board, extend a very, very warm welcome to all of you. And AK has promised to me that there'll be at least 50 to 80 people coming in from Bhubaneswar to the TGS. Can we have a short snippet of the video?
Jaipur, Rajasthan, needs no introduction. It is the most welcoming and tourist-friendly city in the world. I think Jaipur has everything going for itself, whether it's arts, culture, food, dresses, and experience. Also, I would like to add that Jaipur is the conference capital of the world, with everyone wanting to be in Jaipur for their conferences and exhibitions. Now, with technology in place, TiE's support and 22 years of journey, we are going to be tech-ready also. We have the right infrastructure and right opportunity for us to grow as a city, as a state. This year's 10th TGS, being supported and partnered with the government of Rajasthan and DigiFest, will absolutely create a landmark from the 4th to the 6th of January. It's absolutely going to be a world-changing event in Jaipur, which will change the perception across India and across the world. I feel that this year's TGS will encompass many, many things for everyone to experience, whether it's the TiE Women Finals, whether it's the TiE University Finals, the TGS 100, the top 100 startups from across India pitching to 500 some investors, 100 plus speakers, parallel sessions, marquee sessions, networking opportunities, dinners, performances, exhibitions, craft bazaar. The list is endless. And I think we look forward to having you at the TGS, 10th TGS and DigiFest in January 4th to 6th, 2026. Thank you, TiE Bhubaneswar, for having us this opportunity to pitch TGS. In addition to what 50 charter members that will come from here to TGS, I would strongly encourage startups to come there, because we will have a captive audience of many, many, many investors. Also, please do participate in the TiE University, TiE Women or TGS 100, because if you do participate and you qualify in the top 100 startups of India, you will get lots of freebies, free registration, and a lot of exhibition space at a much lower cost. I strongly urge that you participate in local events. Also, the government of Rajasthan is a partner, so you will see a much stronger presence of many, many state governments there across India. So if you are an industrialist, if you're an entrepreneur who wants to expand nationally, we'd be there. Also, we are already 200 plus charter members registered. So global charter members are going to be there from, all across the world, from Dubai, Singapore, US, UK, etc. So it's a great opportunity. Will just be 100 times larger than what this room is, but it's worth the time spent. It's worth the energy spent. You will not only learn a lot from marquee speakers and all the attendees, but also possibly have partnerships and investment. So looking forward to having you all there. And thank you, TiE Bhubaneswar, and best wishes for the TiEcon.
As a parting shot, I'll just say entrepreneurship really isn't just about Excel sheets. It's about building relationships. It's about finding opportunities and informal chats. And that is something which happens when you get together and meet at such forums. And I think we are here also primarily not because Odisha is going to be the growth engine or is a growth engine, but also because of Mr. Mohanty and his wonderful team that has fostered that kind of a relationship, and we are here because we love all of you. Bhubaneswar! Thank you.
Thank you so much, and let's make some noise for TGS Summit that's happening in Jan. Come on, let's have some energy here. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll quickly move to our next session, and this one is very interesting because this is going to be a masterclass on entrepreneurs for tomorrow. We have amidst us Mr. Kashyap Pandya, a seasoned strategic management and brand consultant, prolific new age venture builder. He is the founder of Syncoro Ventures, an integrated startup accelerator, co-founder of Brahmaveda Ventures, an AI-focused venture studio, and co-founder of Unisync Angels, a global network of angel investors. As a go-to-market specialist, he empowers early-stage ventures by crafting robust business models, enabling them to secure their first customers, generate sustainable revenue, and establish a solid foundation for scalable growth. An accomplished author, his best-selling book, From Idea to Action, The Art of Writing a Business Plan, simplifies the journey of writing a business plan. A founding charter member and past president of TiE Surat chapter, he's also deeply committed to building a vibrant entrepreneurial ecosystem, especially in non-metro cities across India. So over to you, Mr. Kashyap. Can we have a big round of applause as we invite him on stage for the masterclass on entrepreneurs for tomorrow.
First of all, thank you, AK, for inviting me. Good afternoon, entrepreneurs, founders, dreamers, and those who believe that tomorrow is going to be better than today. I know that I'm standing between you and lunch, which means that I have 5-7 minutes before your stomachs start negotiating hostile takeover of your attention. So let's have a few bites of food for thought before the main course. Let me start with the good news first. The rules of business are changing faster than ever, which means that as an entrepreneur, you should be very, very happy. Because here's the thing, when the rules change, the game resets. And when the game resets, underdog wins. And as we all know, early stage entrepreneurs are always considered underdogs. Now, today's session is Entrepreneurs for Tomorrow. It's a master class, but because of the time constraint, we'll make it a micro class. Now, I want to call them futurepreneurs, the entrepreneurs of tomorrow. Now, before we get into that, let's first meet their boss. Yes, my friend, the boss of future of entrepreneurs, the customer of entrepreneurs. Today's customers, they don't just scroll, they scan. They don't just buy, they belong. They trust brand less and communities more. They expect hyper-personalization, climate responsibility, and of course, emotional intelligence, all delivered in under 8 seconds. They will ask, is this product ethical? Is this aligned with my values? Does this brand reflect my identity? What does my AI assistant recommend? In the future, your biggest competitor is not another startup. It's your customer's AI filter. And speaking of customers, in most of the cases, some of them won't be even human. In a few years, your product might be purchased by a refrigerator ordering groceries, a smart car buying insurance, an AI tool that buys software for your corporate department. Your AI therapist will order supplements based on your heartbreak. So you're not just selling to people, you're convincing algorithms. You're competing with their recommendation engine, not just SEOs, their wearable device, and their trust issues. So friends, welcome to the age of conscious, calculating, and connected customers. Customers who has no patience, infinite options, and of course, micro attention span. Those customers will buy a product that gives them belonging, not branding, purpose, not promo codes, and trust, not traffic. These customers, if they are unhappy with you, they won't just unfollow you, they will unremember you. So the question is not, can you build a venture? It's, can you build a venture that earns trust in a world where truth is filtered, facts are optional, and skepticism is default? And if you still want to be an entrepreneur after hearing that, then congratulations. You might just be future of entrepreneur, the futurepreneurs. And talking about entrepreneurship, let's start with something that doesn't change. Great entrepreneurs, yesterday, today, and tomorrow, are always curious enough to ask the hard questions, courageous enough to challenge the norm, resilience enough to keep going, focus enough to ignore the noise, and empathetic enough to understand the users. These timeless traits are your roots, but the soil has changed, the climate is different, and the new growth needs new nutrients. The futurepreneurs will require a new kind of thinking. It requires a powerful shift. As a futurepreneur, you need to think like a futurist, partner like a technologist, and lead like a humanist. Because futurists anticipate change. They study signals, ignore noise, and build what feels inevitable. You need to be technologists because technologists collaborate with AI, biology, code, and quantum. They don't fear machines, they train them. And of course, you need to be a humanist because humanists design for dignity. And their KPI, yes, my friend, KPI, is kindness, purpose, and impact. This, the combination of futurist, technologist, and humanist, is the trifecta mindset of futurepreneurs. You don't forget that behind every click, every byte, every chatbot is a human heartbeat. The best entrepreneurs of tomorrow will be part artist, part scientist, part monk, and of course, fully human. Also, entrepreneurs of the future will have to learn to live in two dimensions. One that moves fast enough to survive, and the another that moves slow enough to matter. If you can hold both short-term urgency and long-term weirdness, then you will have a shot. Just picture this. It's 2047. India turns 100. You enter your lab. It's a part biotech studio, a part augmented workspace. Your co-founder is probably a neural link AI agent. You're not launching an app. You're launching a movement. Your job is not to build faster apps or cheaper products. Your job is to build the future you want to live in. Because in a world of noise, you choose to build signals. In a world of speed, you chose depth. In a world of echo, you chose authenticity. Because the world is burning, changing, rebooting all at once, and that's your chance to build the next generation of companies, causes, and cults. And finally, when they ask what kind of futurepreneurs you were, the answer won't be, he scaled, she exited. It will be, they showed us the way. They changed our lives. So dear futurepreneurs, tomorrow's unicorns won't just have horns. It will have a heart and a soul and a damn good reason to exist. And friends, that's enough food for thought today. Let's have the main course. Thank you so much.
It's really a great pleasure to have Kashyap with us. He's a great mentor, known in the startup circle in India and especially in Mumbai. And if you can follow his LinkedIn, you will know what kind of guy he is. We are lucky to have him here as a friend as well as a speaker here. So please be part to help our startups from Odisha and entrepreneurs from Odisha. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you all for your patience and waiting for this one. We'll break for lunch now. Thank you.